and welcome, players and viewers, as I mute the stream so I don't have to listen to my own horrendous voice.
Oh, come on. 90% horrendous at the worst.
I like
Thank
it,
you,
but
thank
I'm
you.
not...
Today is Thursday, which is not our usual streaming date. It is due to two of our players having had finals and one person having finished his education and receiving his degree. Woo!
Thank you.
Well done, Simon, to being an almost doctorate.
Yes.
So we can call you like docs or something.
Even the dog is decided.
Yes, even the dog. I'm just gonna publish that. We rejoin back into the game as our players are naked and afraid. The players are currently stuck in a basement. However, with the last few seconds as Navin gulped down a storm giant potion, he became massively strong, pulled down the iron door that's left or that had them trapped. They don't know what awaits them on the other side. However, this whole predicament is something they brought on themselves because they decided to go into the lion's den and sit and poke at the lion. You all did. You went to the person who you knew was a very possible bad person. And even so, you went there and you were like, "Oh, hello, bad person. Let us talk with you and get some information. And let us lie poorly about why and what, and then get teleported away after having been poisoned and put to magical sleep." Yes. However, what we are going to do for a moment is we are going to leave our players for a moment as we venture someone else with an echo in the ether. We leave our players as they are standing in a dark basement in an unknown location filled with mixed emotion of fear and determination. The sound of steel hitting rock echoes throughout the tunnel. The soft chanting of the runesmiths can be heard as they reinforce the walls and ground with magic so that the tunnel is protected. A stocky dwarf pauses, puts his pick on his shoulder and wipes the sweat out of his brow. As he looks around at his companions, they are all standing up, their muscular torsos heaving from exertion. The tunnel has been under construction for many decades, starting deep underneath the mossy mountains and heading towards the human settlement, Vivid Reserve. The tunnel is meant to act as the only safe passage between the two realms, opening up possibilities such as trade, diplomatic relations, and travel. High above the workers, the thousands of goblin clans roam through the Ring of Iron, making any traverse nigh impossible. As the workers lift their picks up and are about to get back to work, they stop. A high, buzzing noise can be heard from an unknown location. Startled dwarves start to look around them, wide-eyed with surprise. Their surprise doesn't last for long, as the mountain wall in front of them starts to brighten. The dwarves attempt to back up, but those close to it do so too late. With a deafening explosion, the wall bursts forward onto the workers, killing them instantly. Yells and screams can be heard from the thick dusts. The runesmiths and those alive start to run back. Out of the dust rushes a dozen green-shaped figures with bows who instantly start to fire their poisoned arrows at the dwarves. The dwarves know that with the tunnel breached, the goblins have a free passage into the depths of their homeland. Only one need to live and tell about the events that transpired. With determination, those alive stop and turn, wielding nothing but their mining equipment as they send their senior runesmith onwards. They only need to hold out for a short while, but for every second that passes, more goblins flood into the tunnel. Their fates are sealed. but hopefully they have given their brethren a chance for survival. And with that, we get back into the game.
I have one brief question.
Go for it.
These echoes are non-diegetic, correct?
I do not know what that word means.
If it is diegetic, it means that is something our characters experience. If it is non-diegetic, it's something
it is not what you
viewers
experience.
and/or players.
Yes, it is for players and for the viewer. So it's basically just a glimpse somewhere else, nothing that the characters have knowledge about.
Okay, I was just making sure, because I keep meaning to ask that and also keep forgetting.
Yep. So I believe this is where we last left off. I believe Navin pulled the door open and then looked up at the staircase, or stairs, not staircase. It's like a literal ladder. What do you call it? Like iron ladder that's like plugged into the wall. It's
like rungs, I guess. Like
yeah. Mm-hmm. There seems to be like just 5-6 feet up, and then it levels out with the light that you can see.
We should go up. I sort of put the door on the side, like, ripping off the door, like putting it on the side.
Yeah.
And I start heading up. Okay.
You do not have light upon you. It is Garrus and Morgan that have the light.
I sort of probe, like with the touch and just feeling the walls. Climbing up.
Actually, since we don't have spell components, we shouldn't have light at all.
Oh, no, sorry. There is a torch that you have expended about 20 out of the 60 minutes of it.
Oh, yeah, the brief torches.
Yes. So I'm assuming that you hand over the torch then to Navin, who will come up into another room as I continue to draw. Did I pull you guys down enough that I can draw this? Yeah, I suppose we're going to have to do it in another place. So we'll continue from here. So you come up into a room. So you climb up into a room. You quite quickly see that there are 3 doors leading out or into this room.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like this.
Yeah, I go up and give room, make sure it's clear, you can come up. There's more doors here, but nothing seems to be of hostile intent.
You see how Christopher's brother kind of meekly makes his way and just, please, help me up.
Yeah.
As he extends his hand and you just joink him upwards.
Yeah. The Navin elevator is in effect.
Yeah.
Garrus will stare at the elevator. Or not. Garrus will stare at the ladder.
Yeah.
Glance around to see if there are any way for him to climb it with one arm. Shout out to Navin. Could I also get a hand as well, Navin?
Yeah, I reached out my hand just to grab his and pull him up as soon as he grabs on.
You may move yourselves to the 2nd level. Still no windows, no outside light coming in. And you are left with the 3 doors.
Are they identical, or what do they look like?
Yes, they are all identical. It is simple wooden doors, as in a house or a living quarters. Nothing spectacular.
Do they have internal locks?
They don't seem to be having any locks. It looks like that, or possibly in the doorknob. If it's like a doorknob, it might be a lock there, but not that you can see.
Well, I vote we try the left one first. It's usually the left one.
Do it. I sort of go towards the door. And just...
You go towards the door. It is not the left one.
Isn't that the left one?
You open the left one, and as you do, you see just a tiny hallway of 5 foot, and then a massive steel door with what you would like a prison door almost. With the
Like this, the slot
rod
on the...
that you can. No, it's rods that you can see in through, and you also see that it seems to have a steel frame to it. Much of the difference from the door that you ripped up. This seems to be reinforced into the wall itself. With the light from the torch coming out, you would see a small room, a 2x2 room, and you would see all of your gear inside of this room.
Garrus, can you hold this for a second? You hand him the torch.
Can, but caution may be necessary. You don't think it's illusionary, do you, Morgan?
I hand you the torch.
Odd to spend the resources required to keep an illusion going constantly just to render some equipment in a room, but it is I do find it likely it may be trapped. I'd like to investigate the room in general.
So not the door, but in general.
The interior of the room.
Okay, so we have the little extra room into where Navin is standing and about to pull the door open.
Try to.
Which is technically in another room, but you want to look at the other two doors, because...
No, never mind. I misread the situation slightly.
Okay. So
I think caution is necessary, though.
To clarify, there is a steel barred door, and we can see through the bars that our gear is on the other side.
Yes, your gear is in this little room here.
And it looks like the door has a keyhole.
It does look like this door has a keyhole, yes.
Yeah. Navin is handing you the torch and just
There is seemingly no place for you to hold except for the bars themselves.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a tricky situation, especially now that you have grown. Your hands are so freaking big that they barely get in. But you can roll me an athletics.
Sausages.
Unfortunately, it's still a disadvantage because
yes, it is.
The lowest it's still a 13.
So your hands, they go in. You start pulling, and then one of your hands slip out, and the other hand is still stuck. And you start getting that panic feeling. I'm not sure if you, as a kid, have ever put your knee, your head. And you're standing there, and it's starting to hurt, and you can see how your hand is starting to swell.
Yeah. I even it's probably gonna hurt. I'm gonna try and pull it out.
Okay. Pull it out and roll me a d6.
Yep.
The skin from half of your hand to your knuckles.
Yeah.
And you currently are taking 2 bleed damage, meaning that at the end of every turn, you take 2 damage unless you somehow stop this. Bleeding can be stopped by either a continuous action of holding, of putting something around, because this is such a bleed that you can literally put something around, or healing.
Can I use the torch to burn it?
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
As I see him getting ready to do this, I interrupt and say, no, let me, and then I cast Cure Minor Wounds on him.
Okay, absolutely. Roll the heal.
Yeah,
With the Rambo way.
It's just you're panicked, bleeding, and in the natural way, he would just there's not a lot of healers where he's from.
Whose instinct is to stick their hand in a fire, though?
Well, if you're bleeding, you have to stop it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I look to Morgan thank you.
No problem.
So the door was trapped.
No, that was my mistake. I don't know if I can move this door. It's a lot heavier than the one downstairs, or rather, the bar. There's no way to grasp it.
Has anyone seen Cohen? It's been a while since I've seen him around.
Did you not follow us up?
No, Cohen did not follow you up.
I sort of do a whistle and Cohen.
Like a fucking dog.
No, sort of get attention. Yeah.
More like a heads up, not like a beckoning whistle.
Yeah, more like we're here,
Go answer.
Yeah.
Crap. You don't think that they teleported in the brief intermittent that we've been up to?
I'll
So
go
the
check on him. You keep trying to get through the door.
All right.
No water sources.
You go down into the pitch black darkness, Morgan. You see jack shit.
Dark down there.
I come back up with a slightly sheepish look on my face. Can you at least just... can I You only have one torch.
Ah,
I need to get a light cantrip.
just give him the torch, Scarce.
I run down. I give Morgan the torch.
Yep, you give Morgan the torch.
Wait back in a
Morgan
second.
climbs down, and you see cowering underneath the bench next to the freaking undead is Cohen.
I walk over to him. Cohen, what are you doing?
I'm staying.
Why are you staying?
Well, I'm not supposed to leave.
Hold on, sorry. Your typing was really loud. I couldn't hear.
Sorry.
No, you can't. That's the answer.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Can I? I'm not supposed to leave. So,
Who said you're not supposed to leave?
well, they put me in here for a reason. So,
And what makes you think you have to listen to whoever put you in here?
well, they're gonna make me regret it otherwise. So,
Who is?
well, I don't know.
Let me ask you something. Who do you trust more? Whoever decided to lock you up in here and take all of your things, or me? I think that whoever put us in here is the person who's going to regret their actions. Because we do not belong in here. We did nothing wrong.
Yeah, you guys don't belong here. No, so that.
Neither do you, because you're with us.
Oh, okay.
You belong with people who care for you.
Alright. I'll just crawl out of there and follow him.
Let's go upstairs.
The zombie like bonks it. Oh, sorry, the spirit, because it's not a zombie. The spirit kind of bonks against the dome as you like crawl out from there. Just like and tries to get to you, but it can't because of the glass around it.
Yeah.
You climb up, and during this time, have you guys done anything up here, or have you been standing still?
I think I've sort of been trying to keep track of where everyone is and just touch the walls and explore the space, but there's not much you can do when there's no light.
Dendrophilia touching the wooden walls.
Hey.
Don't kink shame me.
King shame.
Navin, I feel Navin would be, I don't know what the word for metalphilia is, but probably this one, but with being a smith, I think that makes more sense.
Perfectly natural.
Yeah, perfectly natural, bro.
Touching the metalwork on the doors.
You hear noises coming from here, similar to the shuffling, not the chafing, the shuffling of the undead that you heard down here.
Yeah, I sort of do the shh and then finger and look to everyone, and then I point to the door and then hold my hand to my ear to make sure they understand that I heard something in there.
Bonk. Bonk.
Probably another zombie. Another creature.
should probably.
They're making out.
Okay, so I'd like to start examining the. Oh, you were still going.
The noise is there. You talk.
Let's try the other door first.
Should we?
So there's. So
We'll give you a
So there's- I think I'm operating on a delay because I keep trying to speak and then someone speaks at the same time. I think I'm on a delay.
Talk.
No, I'm just an idiot.
We're all idiots. Talk.
I'd like to keep examining the door, the set of doors that goes into the room that our stuff is in.
Sure.
It's
You look them over. Like these doors are so simply made that if there's a trap, it's a magical trap. And if there is a magical trap, there is no way for you to discern it anyway. Like these are just ordinary shitty wooden doors that with just a little oomph would go away. The metal door, however, is completely different because it is like reinforced steel. And the only way you're getting that one open is by the knock spell or with the keys. Like even with Navin's strength, maybe with a run-up start, he could throw himself at it, but you would deem it very improbable for him to break that door down.
So, is it the sort of door that could be opened from the other side
Nope,
without the keys?
it is not.
Did anyone have a scroll of knock in their stuff? Because I can walk through this door, but I can only do it once.
You already used your thing, bottom.
I considered using it, but I didn't actually use it.
No, you used it halfway through and looked through and see what was on the other side.
Yeah.
And you saw
Oh,
a
right,
stair.
I forgot about that.
We should open this door.
Navin says as he opens the door.
I haven't opened it yet. I don't have the light, so I like Morgan has the light, so it's like I'm just sort of like waiting for like, come on guys.
If anyone can cast Mage Hand, if they could get me my spell focus, that would be excellent.
I can do that. I think. No,
She
I
says,
can't.
it's
Mage
almost
hand
as though the DM knows what he's doing and have taken away your powers.
What?
Cool.
Mage Hand doesn't have a material component.
Yeah, but I don't have it.
Crap.
I'm mending.
We could try a rope. Oh wait.
Get the light here so we can open the door that doesn't have zombies behind it or anything else. You're not getting that open. We don't know how much time we have. As I said, he keeps coming back. It could be any minute now.
Fine, good point.
Navin, is there anything behind door number 2?
I open it. We'll see in a second. And I guess it's the pushing open or pulling open.
Pulling.
Yeah, so I pull the door open.
The very immaculate drawings of Tim. You open it, and you look up left. There is a staircase, and from there, it's just darkness again. Nothing like it's not shitty wood. It seems to be like just regular staircase.
Case going upwards.
It leads out.
Maybe. Well, we'd get away from whatever's in there. Start moving up towards the stairs.
Yep. So Navin has the light now, or is
Nope, I haven't taken it.
I offer the light to Navin.
Alright, I take it. Thank you. And start moving
You
up the stair.
move up, and you find yourself in another. Let's see. Cool. So we have another set of doors. One here, one here, and one here. I feel like the green color might not be the best suited for all this, but it's what you get, you pieces of shit.
Oh,
More doors up here.
You come up and you feel the shift in air from very closed in and stale to you feeling like some movement of air up here, and you feel less like cramped upon.
I think there's a breeze. I try locating the source of the breeze, like where it's coming from.
Probably like from either of these two doors.
I go up to the first door, the one that's closest,
Yep.
and I sort of like have my hand close to the door, on like on the edges, see if I can feel the
Breeze
air.
is too much to say. It's moving more like.
Very.
If you've ever been in a basement for a longer time, you know how stale it is because there's not much flow. Up here, it feels like at least there has been some form of movement of air in the recent decade or whatever.
I also I look back to the others like listen at the doors, see if there's something here if you can hear shambling, and I listen on this door.
Yep, you can roll me perceptions for the people who.
This one.
Yeah, you through roll me perceptions. Cohen, you could feel a like strong hand on your shirt, kind of like almost pull you up and toss you in front.
Okay, yeah.
I am not good at perception.
Oh, you also have disadvantage because you should all have an exhaustion point. You will listen, and it's like it's dead silent. So, who opens what door first?
I sort of look to the others like.
Garrus will shrug, open his door, and step back.
I go.
Unfortunately, it opens outwards, so yeah, you pull the door with you, and the door is a mimic, so it's going to eat your hand.
What?
All right.
No,
Not
no, it's.
Oh,
Not my good hand.
You open into a room that is furnished. You can see from where you're standing. Here, it's a window. And timing would be likely great. I need to just check because the dog is making weird noises.
Yeah, that's okay.
Can jump out of the window.
She's in the sofa. You would see.
Wait. Let's not skip. She's in the sofa?
Yes.
As in sewn into the sofa? Or...
Yes. Absolutely. She is the pillow. You would see an armchair here. It is not as small as I'm drawing it. Very nice armchair with a table upon which it sits a glass of cognac, possibly, next to a nice glass bottle of the darker liquid. You would see that the room extends, and you would see like the start of a wooden table there. I will, however, continue to draw it because I am assuming that you will be stacking your assets.
I sort of I see the window and I sort of beeline for it.
Sure.
What's cognac?
Cognac is alcohol. It's strong alcohol with it's like brandy almost.
So flammable.
Very
Sure. You run to the window and it opens. You see out into what would be 35-40 foot of open ground, and then some light foliage in the form of like bushes and thorns and some flowers, followed by another like 20 feet behind or so trees starting to kind of form. However, as you look out, even like in this dim light, it's like you've seen these types of trees before because they have humanoid shapes.
and they're moving, I guess.
No, not the trees, but when you were walking through the Wailing Woods, some of the trees had humanoid shapes, and so do these.
And it's the distance down to the ground is like break both your legs distance, right?
No. The ground is just underneath. Like it's like 2 foot, and you're on ground level.
We could get, I sort of look around, like see there's no other doors. Like we could probably get around here or out. but
Could I
I-
look into the desk or whatever?
Absolutely.
And just search.
Roll me an
and-
investigation
Thank you.
with disadvantage.
Yeah, I know.
Noob.
Can I
have a
use the help
shattered impact.
action?
You may.
would like to
Well,
roll
not
back.
from down there, but sure.
Oh, I didn't realize that I had not moved yet.
you'd
my
probably move
God,
with the light.
it's-
Yeah, because it's so dark. Like everyone probably moves with the lantern because
Yeah. With
Yeah,
you
no, no,
opening this door, though, so that would be a 21 because he's helping you. So with the door open and with you being here, this room is actually lit with the grey light. It is probably dawn with the greyness outside. And Cohen, you start like siphoning through this, and as you're like, yeah, there's nothing here, you pull out one of the drawers, and you accidentally, like in your irritation and your fear, you pull it a bit too far, and then as you're about to stick it in again, it's stuck, and you start feeling on the other side, and it looks like it's like set off a combination of sorts in the desk.
Ooh.
So you pull out the next drawer, and you set it into a locked position as well. And then as you do this to all 4 drawers on both sides, underneath where your legs are, there comes a little pop-up, or pop down rather, from underneath. And in there is a key.
I don't say that like that, of course, but I just stand there and just hold it up for the others.
Does it look like it would fit the door?
Possibly.
Yeah, I
So it's like definitely not
start
for like a
going back.
tiny key for a jewelry box or something. It's a good door key.
I
Good job.
start going back.
I mean, it's you. Sorry, I was about to make a very inappropriate joke. Yeah, to what? You going where?
I want to head back to the locked room with our
Yeah,
stuff,
absolutely.
but
I
it's
follow.
not gonna go that well for myself.
Yeah, you guys probably see Cohen taking a few steps toward the stairs and then like starting to almost shake and like physically unable to force themselves to move forward.
sort of approach from the back, give sort of like a slap on the back and sort of like a friendly shove, and like, good job, Cohen.
Down the stairs?
No. Just like when he starts
Okay.
like getting still, like like helping, and then like sort of maybe leading the way, like going past and like looking back.
Are you okay, Cohen?
Yeah, I found a key. Maybe it works.
Great idea. Let's go try it.
All right. Yeah. And I'll try.
Can I please have Bryant odds or even and Simon odds or even?
Oh God.
5
So odds or even.
Yeah, give me odds.
odds.
Okay, then I'll take evens.
Okay, so takes even. Cool. Wolfgang stays up there. You all stand in a nice line so
Yeah,
that when the door opens and the trap springs, you die. No, Cohen goes down, puts the key inside, twists and turns, and then it opens. And you now have access to your gears.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
Except for. So there's a few things that's... Why the fuck do I have my credit card in my pocket?
Don't know.
First of all, you now have no idea which one of the 2 needles is which.
They removed the ribbons we tied around them?
Yes.
Scheiße.
Secondly, Morgan, your object that we talked about, the weird-ass one,
The one in the box?
it wasn't a box per se, I thought, but the one that we wrote about that was weird, had weird properties. If you others just for a moment remove your headset so I can speak to them. I was, the one that where you couldn't feel it even if you touched it, that didn't seem to exist if you
the weird
weren't.
barbell thing.
Yes, exactly that one. Yeah, so that's yes. I'll just. These arseholes don't know how to
You should just deafen them next time.
It's more fun to put it back, though.
Yeah.
So, noticing that it's not laid out, would you do something specific to try and locate it?
Well, I would definitely very much want to get it back, but I also wouldn't really know how to go about doing that, as I don't really have any divination spells that would help. But I would definitely encourage us to keep looking throughout instead of just getting out now that we have our stuff. Saying that they didn't put everything back.
All of my gear is in place.
Except for one thing. I'm just waiting.
God damn it, don't do that.
No. The object that you used to open the door into the temple is gone.
Oh, damn it.
What was that again, remind me?
A weird-ass object that Garrus seemed to have had.
Does
Okay.
all of my
Oh,
gear...
I couldn't remember if it was a thing that we found there or a thing that he
Garrus
already
had
had
it
on him.
previously.
I have a feeling these things might be important, especially considering both of the things that were taken were both weird, I think is the best way to put it.
Well, they left the needles for whatever reason. But
Well, I didn't
agree.
realize the significance.
In any case, it's likely they wouldn't store it at this site. I think he probably took it with him. But it's worth a look around.
We still have several rooms to explore, and now that we've got our equipment ready, I'm a bit more confident to say that we could kill a couple of zombies.
Garrus casts light.
Zzz.
I also cast light.
Zzz.
Let's go take care of that teleportation circle, see if we can mess with it, make sure that nobody drops in on the bottom. At least uncontested.
How much is left of the torch? Because I'll put it out after I don my armor.
Yeah, I would say not a lot. You can probably use it for a bit if like emergency happens, but to relight it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes maybe left on it.
no. I would say 10, 50.
Okay. 50, I'll just to write it down so I know it. Yeah.
GM, what does Garrison know about teleportation circles and
Absolutely
magic
jack shit. We had a roll about this last time.
Yeah.
Absolutely jack shit from both of you.
Shrug. Maybe it's better to just keep on moving on.
Just from my general knowledge of how magic in general works, because is scratching out one rune.
I'm not going to give you any information. You know absolutely jack shit. Whatever you want to try, you may try. Whatever consequences come, will come.
No, I know. I was just going to say that based on this knowledge, I would say we should, if we make an effort to destroy one of the runes, that might at least stop the system from working.
Or hurl us into the seventh plane of hell.
I find that less than likely, but still a distinct possibility. Could you?
At the very least, we know this much. We're in the Wailing Woods. He's not going to be staying for an overnight visit. He's probably going to arrive there via teleportation circle if he does it all. What if we take this? I don't think he's going to be making many walks through the woods at this time of year. Unless he's already here, in which case, problem solved.
I would say our best course of action would probably be to just have you set an alarm around it.
Give me an hour, and by that I mean 15 minutes. I'll be back in a sec. Pierce will make his way down, set an alarm.
So, when you say this, ringing in the back of your head, because your character is intelligent, you just hear Wolfgang's voice again that he may return at any second. And if you want to spend 50 minutes, then that's fine.
Garrus will spend a spell slot to cast alarm.
Okay.
Isn't a ritual 10 minutes?
Yeah, plus the casting cost, or sometimes a bit differently how you do it.
Oh, it would still be a minute to cast.
Yeah, so it's 11 minutes. It's 1 minute or 11 minutes to cast, so you choose.
Can I resend that?
Yeah, what, do you want or not to do it at all?
Is an alarm an action?
1 minute to cast.
Oh, okay.
I would like to find a way, since we can alter the rules, to try and encompass it to make sure anybody teleporting in can't get anywhere. But I don't think we have the time or resources for that. Let's explore the other rooms upstairs and see where that takes us.
You want to leave the zombies? Sure. You guys move and tell me what you're doing.
So finishing helping Cohen, I think we probably need to leave, I would say.
Yeah.
To follow the others and start heading towards, because they also have the light sources, so we would probably scamper
Yeah.
behind them.
You walk up and you see the door open in front of you, and you see Volcan standing by a door. You see, the typical entrance door. This is like a foyer with hat stands and coat racks, a carpet that you can, scrape your dirty feet off shoes, tin. Let's see. So Navin and Cohen were the last two people going up. Let me just think. Cohen has a very high passive perception, so you would hear a zoom from the basement.
Okay. God. Oh my God. Okay, this is Sarah. I can't focus. Oh my God. Okay. I'm taking a hold of Navin, and I just like he's back, and then I'm just
yeah. Take a second and oh shit, and start running up the stairs.
Yeah.
Pushing or carrying Cohen along.
Yeah.
Get up there.
You guys hear static. Yeah, you hear commotion from underneath you guys.
I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
And make my way to the front door as quietly and efficiently as possible.
As you see the two properly running and trying to get out, and you just calmly just dun, dun, dun.
Leave through the window now.
My artifact.
My artifact as well. An ambush might not be out of the question.
Let's make him think we left, that we can always get back in the window. So I moved to the window.
Me too. Definitely.
I grab Wolfgang as he's just standing at the front door.
He's very tired. Yeah, sure, you drag him about.
Just quick question. Does this door open out or in?
Towards you. So into the common space here.
Can I use an illusion to make it appear as if the door is closed when it's actually open?
You won't be able to see through it if you do.
But I can see through my own illusions because they appear as translucent to someone who knows it's an illusion. With rules as written.
Yeah, that is fine. I'm just trying to think because it's.
Get it. How are you guys so calm?
Inside is just screaming, ah!
Yeah. This is not me.
It's all about
so it says that it becomes faint. The question is,
generally,
faint
I would.
is.
How faint is it? How many decibels?
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is that you're casting minor illusion, correct? With your thing.
Yes.
Yes. So technically, every person needs to examine it against your, spell save. However,
Could I give them a massive bonus to the save by telling them I am doing this illusion?
Like, I think that with time and preparation, I don't mind it, but this is a very pressing matter where you're trying to run in and then cast up this illusion for it to look like. Remember that if you cast the illusion, the door itself is also still out into this room.
Yeah. So there's 2 doors.
So for the person walking up the stairs, they would see 2 doors.
How wide does the door open? Like, can it be flush with the wall to where the illusion can include the door to make it look like a wall? Or does it only open at a 90-degree angle?
It's only a 5-foot space, I think, right?
Yeah, it is a 5-foot cube. So, but the thing is that if you create an image of an object, so yeah, you can cast. But I mean, it would be 5 foot. So I mean, yes, it would work so that you make the door vanish and you make it look like the wall. Yes, it works. But it will become faint for the people. So it will like be translucent or transparent. But for this time, with you swooshing that up as you are literally hearing something move on the steps here, there is not enough time for you to help the others see through this.
Not even to hiss the door is an illusion?
Absolutely, you can.
Although I guess you'd probably hear it. But just one point, it's not a 5-foot area, it's 15 because this is a silent image, not minor illusion.
Okay.
So it would be big enough to cover the door.
Yeah, which it would have been even with a 5 foot, so it's all good. Yes.
So yes, I'm going to, instead of risking the loud squeaky door hinge, which is probably what it is, I'm going to throw up an illusion so I can see and possibly gain advantage if they come towards this door.
Sure.
Right.
Is Navin going through the window?
Oh yes.
Me too.
Trying, like I said, try to climb up. Maybe there's, you never know.
No, it's no problem to be climbing up, but I need either stealth checks or if you're not trying to be stealthy, then...
Not trying to
okay.
It's not occurring to me. Yeah, I'm just trying to get out. And then like, standing with hand to help the other person get out. Yeah.
Yes, exactly
sure.
Like that.
Okay, I want us to do this, and I will actually change this
pass without a trace, cover any of that up.
Yeah, I mean, if technically, so pass. No, don't roll, please. I will be setting initiative orders depending on what you have been doing. Pass without a trace gives you a +10 to stealth, but since nobody's trying to stealth, and there's a lot of noise, I don't think it really covers up noise. Like, if it does, then...
Maybe it covers up if there's grass outside and we step on it, maybe it covers that up somewhat, but I don't know. It's more for stealth, yeah.
As Navin is making his way out the window, Garrus will try and communicate to him as best as he can to be as quiet as possible.
What do you say? What do you say to convey that in a stressful situation?
Quiet! Jesus, I have a spell up. Please be quiet. I have a spell up. If we get out of here silently, we have a chance to make it forward. This is a wizard. If he catches wind of us, we're probably all going to be all out of trouble.
I think this is good. So, Morgan uses his action to run and do the illusion. Then Navin gets his ass out. Cohen, you can move your additional foot. I would say that you would have 15 foot from here. I will just give me a second before you move. I'm going to pull you all down so that we can utilize more parts of the map. Like this.
What?
So, one small question. I'm not quite sure how you would rule this, but can I use Awakened Mind to speak to more than one person at once, or would I only have time to communicate with one person with it? Okay, is anyone not currently actively trying to squeeze through the window at the same time?
Yes, Garrus and Wolfgang.
I will
waiting patiently for everyone else.
I will use Awakened Mind to speak with Garrus to tell him, I put an illusion over the door. If he comes through, he won't be able to see you. Get ready to hit him while he can't see you. So basically telling him, ready in action to fire at someone through the illusionary door.
Okay.
Would I have time to do this?
I mean, you have 6 seconds to speak, and since you can speak telepathically, yes.
And I'm going to ready an action.
You already cast an action by casting your silent image.
Right, I guess that does end the round.
Yeah. So, Cohen, so Navin, you have another 15 foot. Cohen,
yeah.
I need you to make me an acrobatics.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I got the chat inspiration. So boom.
What? Shat is helping her?
Yes. Me freaking out actually helps me.
Would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for that useful chat.
Yeah, I was wishing for a goose though to come and help me fly out. What the fuck?
Okay, nice. So as Cohen is on the way out, he leans out, kicks the window, and the window just boom slaps down over your thighs, and you are now restrained.
Yeah, I have a shattered elbow and I'm restrained. That's fine.
Yeah, you are stuck. Garrus.
Okay.
Alright, seeing everything going to shit, can I make my way over to the window, open it up, and push Cohen out?
You can do one of those things, which is try to open the window, and that will be in athletics.
Not really his specialty.
No music, she says.
Yes.
Why would it be athletics? Is that a strength skill or a dexterity check?
Strength. Yeah.
Have you ever tried to open a lodged old shitty window that needs to be pulled?
I was thinking of acrobatics. I was confused.
Yeah. Roll me in athletics. Or if you have another idea, then that's fine as well.
Flip the table.
I'm guessing I can't just tackle her, fly out the window. Yeah,
There is no way.
I'm a dude.
Sorry,
It's fine.
I'm an idiot.
No, it's fine. Everybody that I'm role playing with always makes that mistake, so it's fine.
What's to do?
Except for you, actually, Tim. You are actually the best one on it. So.
I'll step back, ready a catapult to throw the cognate at whoever's... Actually, that takes a spell spot. I'll ready a firebolt, look to Wolfgang, gesture to the window, and then my turn.
Wolfgang, the feeble old man, kind of moves over. He attempts to open this, but he's gonna roll with disadvantage and a drop higher one, and then minus 6.
Wait,
he breaks.
It's not bad, but
am I inside or outside?
you are in the middle of the fucking window. You are
Your
stuck.
leg's outside. Yeah, your leg is outside.
Your head is outside. Your legs are in the window, and the window has slammed shut on you.
No.
Yes.
Okay, this is the appropriate response. God damn it.
It's an action to try and hide, isn't it, GM?
Yes, it is.
I might try to do that instead.
Too late? Way too late. It's past your turn.
Hiding in a room, there's already 4 other people. It's not really useful. He's gonna fireball anyways.
There it is.
I got a solution.
if you get a solution,
No.
that's just the question. Morgan.
I'm going to maintain concentration on my illusion spell. Does ready in
Somebody's been kidnapped. Sorry.
Oh. Does
readying an action take concentration if the action is the cantrip?
It uses your reaction when it pops off.
Okay, so I'm going to step back here and ready an action to... Actually, no, I'm here. Ready an action to fire a Eldritch Blast at the figure that appears through the door, while people are still trying to get out.
The figure, what?
Anything
Everyone? That comes out, as long as it's...
That's why he's asking. You need to clarify what you would shoot and what you wouldn't shoot.
I wouldn't shoot anyone I recognized who was not that dude who imprisoned us.
Sure. Try to. There we go.
Grandma, what are you doing here? What? Oh, no.
Navin, Cohen is stuck in the window.
Yeah,
Precisely. I don't want to just say
sorry.
anyone as a blanket and have something like that happen. Sorry.
And we said anyone you knew, and then excluded him. So I think that's I run to the window and start trying to push it open.
Yep. You are standing below, so you are going to be having a negative.
Because can't have more disadvantage than I already.
Can't, unless I tell you, but then that's the way that's.
Don't tempt him.
Oh my god! The strong man just kind of walks out, like, puts your hand underneath and just one finger like flicks the like, and Coven, roll me a dex save not to fall prone on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fall prone on your face.
It's better than. Yeah.
Yes,
everything
it
else.
is. You fall prone on your face. It is your turn. What do you want to do?
The
Sorry.
the thing that you and I talked about, the feet. Could I use that to?
We don't have any feet set. You are still level 3.
Yep.
I told you at the start of.
Thank you.
No, at the end of 2 sessions ago that you needed 3 days or 4 days downtime.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I thought it was a long rest.
no, it's days equal level in downtime.
Yeah. Then I try to get up.
Yeah, half movement, get up.
Yeah. And I'll try to help anybody who wants to get out of the window somehow.
Sure.
So.
Garrus.
May look at Wolfgang, look at Morgan, nod to them, make my way to the window as quietly as possible, and try to get up.
Roll me in acrobatics. And it's a DC fucking 5.
Oh, please, Dice Gods. I know we haven't been on good terms.
No problem.
Better than with me.
What? He does get help, actually, so that would have been with advantage, luckily enough. So that is a 14, or -1. Wolfgang gets out and like meekly moves away. Morgan, you hear coming towards you.
How close does it sound, if I had to guess?
You don't have the time to make those guesses. You hear the sound of feet on floorboards.
Okay, I'm going to try to get through the window, and I assume someone can... Oh wait, no, it's no one else's turn, so they can't give me a health action.
Roll me in acrobatics.
How do help actions work during combat?
They would give advantage.
So, acrobatics.
Yep, you make it out.
Yay!
No. You don't move after now. This is the perfect fireball space. Okay, is that your turn, Morgan?
I'm going to use my... I'm going to use my action. I'm going to drop concentration on the door spell. And add concentration, and instead cast a second silent image to make it look like the table has been moved to be propped against the window to block line of sight. Which would fit within a 15-foot cube area.
Yes.
This might be out. This isn't. Yeah, it's not my character. Don't worry about it. I had an idea.
Okay. I'm just wondering how that would actually work.
Because it's inside the room, I guess, or is it like?
No. Tim is just.
Yeah.
You can just tell us. We'll help you.
Yeah.
We'll workshop it. Oh, the answer is no. If it hurts us, no.
Or he's just doing what I did in my campaign. Oh, tsunami! That spell looks fun.
No.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay. So you guys shuffle outside of the window, and then there's a spell. Okay. You hear the noise of footsteps coming closer. With everyone standing just outside as well. Let me just roll this.
Oh my god!
Okay.
I don't know.
Cool.
Is that a good scoff or a bad
This is a
scoff?
bad one. This is so bad.
Depends on who you're rooting for.
Yeah. I think that he just. Oh my god, no! I can't.
Nah, you're safe. You're safe.
No, you're.
You're a lying piece of shit.
Does anyone smell sulfur? Is that a fire?
Is it just me?
Who fireballs their own office?
I can fireball outside. You hear from the inside. There is no getting away from this. This meek illusion is not going to do anything. Stop pinging the thing. I think it's stop.
Sorry, it's stress.
Yeah. You then see. You hear a bit of a swoosh as outside in your field of vision, Stormire appears. He looks upon all of you very calmly. I need a perception from everyone, please.
How do the mechanics of that work?
Disadvantage, my old friend.
Oh, look!
Nice.
Wait!
Who is that?
Oh, nice. As he comes up, the sun is about to come up above the horizon, and in this little glen that you find yourselves in with the house, it's looking like a normal forest, and not as if though you're about to fucking die. But the serenity of it all is just very nice and calming. So as he poops out into existence from inside, he stands there looking upon you with nothing in hand. Like, he's not looking, like Garrett's with his book in hand, or with like Morgan with the spell focus and being ready to cast. Just casts this. Sorry. Oh, I can do this. Oh no. Oh no. Did you really think that you could get away like this?
Well, we were hopeful. If somebody had been a little quieter, it might have been a possibility.
Oh, doubtful. I can sense you for miles.
Insight check?
Sure. He has probably cast, some very high-level spell to be able to scry you at all times, if you read his face correctly. So, you seem to know more than you should. What do you actually know about the Shadow Realm? And what do you know about the Temple? If you take another step, you will feel it.
Very descriptive.
He shrugs.
Not much.
I
to be
know
honest. Go ahead, Morgan. You probably know more than I do.
I know less than I'd like and more than I'm comfortable with, to be frank. I apologize for the misunderstanding that made you feel you needed to capture us. We were merely looking for
Misunderstanding.
more information.
My rift is closed, and you are the last people that was there.
Your rift?
Yes, my rift. Cohen, I'm gonna now do a quick deafen on. The thing is, I can't deafen Sarah. Sarah has to take off headset so that Shat can hear. But the others,
So I don't
Yeah.
have to what?
you have to take off your headset.
Okay.
Sorry, no, wait, no. Jay has to. It's when it's not you. Sorry. So there.
Oh my god.
It's just me. So you see, as he's standing there and talking and just doing this, you see his shadow is moving very weirdly towards Garrus. And like he himself is standing still, but his shadow is like stretching towards Garrus and Garrus's shadow.
Like the shadow, or is it
Mhm.
like the tentacle thingy?
No, shadow, his shadow. Looking like a humanoid-ish, but long arms and bit sharper nails stretching towards Garrus.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
I'm gonna unmute everyone again. It was mine, and I didn't take kindly to you closing it.
Well, at the time it was the only way to prevent getting sucked into it.
That is not my problem.
Seems to be
Garrett,
now.
make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I was
Because-
trying to write what I'm doing.
Yeah, too bad. Cohen is too slow, and so is Sarah.
Damn it!
That's a 5.
That's a 5. Garrus, you start suffocating.
Okay, can I run towards him and try to just push him away or something? I mean,
That's,
Garrus.
You're not standing in a very good position. Like, you may just run and try and push Garrus himself.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Roll me in athletics.
Okay.
I think, unfortunately, since you are able to... Damn, girl!
Yes!
Since you are able to close rifts, and then you see just Cohen, like, run up and push Garrus, and it looks so weird, this. If you've ever, played with slimes or something, you toss them and then they come back. You see Garrus's entire body, like, being pushed out to one side, but, like, his neck is held in place, so he just, however, what now everybody kind of notices is that Sormaya's shadow is holding on to Garrus's shadow's throat. And Garrus, you feel how you are just suffocating still. And that push, tore some ligaments as well. And it just feels like... and the shadow is moving, not with Sormaya himself.
I cast Catapult.
Is Catapult a vocal spell?
Ooh. Good question.
No, it is not. And at who or what do you cast this?
I'm guessing I can't see the alcohol sitting in front of his office still.
Mhm.
Alright. I will take one of the flasks of my oil from my belt and throw it at Sadmeyer's image.
Okay. Cool. We'll wait for since we're now gonna have to move in turn. I mean, technically, Cohen did and Garrus did. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Sure. You see him this flash just flies out. He just very casually just moves away, and he just flies away, and he just smiles. You can do that all you want. You see how Wolfgang kind of just steps back, cowers in the corner. Morgan?
I am going to raise my spell focus and just look him in the eye and then cast Moonbeam. So you see just this beam of ghostly light lancing down from the sky directly onto him.
Sure. Do you want to take any moves, or is that what you're gonna do?
It's not... there it goes.
Yeah. So it's at the start of their turn, and it's a 5-foot radius. So you place it on him, and then at the start of his turn, he'll make the save or take the 16 damage, and then you can also move it. But do you move, or do you stand still?
I am going to move here to make it less likely that if he targets me with a spell, it hits anyone else.
Okay. At the start of his turn, you see this radiant light just starting to burn his flesh, but he doesn't seem to care. You see how it just like tears away at his flesh. Big pieces just lift up from his body and pulverizes in this beam of light. And he just stands there like basks in this light. And after a few seconds of just this pure energy, you see how he steps out, and it's just a dark shadow in his stead. You see how his features are completely distorted, like it is not Solmire. It seems to have been a shell used by this shadow, and instead you see this like lanky 7-foot tall shadow, very slim shoulders, not a face. It has like a mouth, very Halloween pumpkin-y mouth with the eyes and everything, just looking down with the long arms. And you see how, again, like its shadow is just attached to Gary's. And at this point, you see how it just moves up and attacks you two, since you were so mean to it. 20 to hit, so it hits both of you. You both take 7 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
Now then.
Which of these shadows looks more corporeal, or like who has his arms connected?
This is still a shadow. This is like on the ground, a shadow of this person moving like differently. This thing is like out. This is seemingly an actual thing that you can interfere with. Yeah. You might, be able to stab the ground of the shadow, but you're uncertain.
But can I see where Garrus is being held, or like?
Yes.
Yeah. I guess I don't know if I can move between.
You can, but you will take a whoop if you do.
That's true. I think I'll move through because I'm gonna try and get Garrus away.
And as you do, unfortunately, how this attack is set up, it can attack 2 targets, so it will attack both of you.
Oh no!
With a 16, it does hit both of you for another 6 points of necrotic damage as Navin moves through and.
Oh, you said 16?
No, 16 to hit.
Yeah, but I have 17 AC with my shield and my armor.
Technically, you never said that you put the shield on.
It's true.
I'm true. With you. It's just that it says 16 on your sheet. That's why.
It's because I have 14 from the armor, 2 for the shield, and then I didn't activate the fighting style defense.
Okay, that's it. Cool, no problem. So 17, it only hits Cohen, and
Morgan, you got a
so two spell points. 2 spell points back.
Yeah.
To Morgan.
Did that.
I'll drop because I had the hand axe. I'll drop it, take my warhammer, and then try to smash him.
Smash this one or the ground?
The one that's holding Garrus.
Yeah. So the one holding Garrus is not holding Garrus. It's like that. So it's sorry to explain.
Yeah.
It's holding Garrus's shadow on the ground. You see a shadow holding Garrus's shadow.
And
So
there's no physical arms connected to his shoulder.
No.
It's just a shadow. Yeah, but I'll try to swap at the shadow holding his throat.
Sure. You can slap the ground. Roll me an attack.
Yes.
With advantage.
Advantage.
Because it's technically
The
on the
ground
ground, I
is
guess.
Nice. So advantage and
Like, you guys see, again, like, you kind of forget for a moment, like, Navin's massiveness. This just, like, two-handed warhammer turns into a bulldozer as he just slaps the ground, just 5 foot off ground, just vaporized in an instant, just like... Garrus, immediately you feel how you can breathe again as this, like, it's just a hole in the ground, and the shadow goes back to being on or beneath the Sormire figure. Action surge, anything you want to do?
No, that's
Come on.
I don't.
I don't know what the fuck to do. Don't blame me for being a girl. I talk loud, okay? Or not like that. Whatever. Okay. I'm going to. Oh fuck. Okay. I think I'm going to do something stupid.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to let's see, what's it called? Cure wounds on
If you cure wounds, he will slap you because you're within 5 foot.
Your wounds on yourself.
Oh, yeah, he will. That's
You
true.
can take a 5 foot step first and then cure wounds.
Well, yeah. If that's okay.
It's up to you.
I'm gonna beg as well. Basically trying to persuade him not to attack us or them.
Sure, but first, like, you do your character, so you can take a 5 foot step, which will not be able to provoke an attack of opportunities, and then cast spells.
Yeah.
But if you cast spells within the threat range of a creature, they have the ability to use their reaction to slap you.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm not gonna do it actually. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to like get on my knees in front of him and just hold up my hands and just please let them go. Okay. You don't want Garrus. You don't want him. Trust me.
Yep, that's where you have the 6 seconds.
Yep.
And you feel, as a response to this, like, you know, a very cold hand underneath your shin as it, like, raises your head up. It looks down into you. I want you all! Garrus.
So there is currently another shadow that is taking Cohen right now, right?
No, that was just flavor. It just said that. So it's not holding him or anything, but it's standing there. But this is the corporeal form. So the white token is like the corporeal form, and then the black token is like the shadow extending on the ground and doing shit.
Can I grab Cohen and throw them behind me?
You can, but that is a forced movement in combat, which also provokes attack of opportunity. However, you can decide to take that attack yourself.
I think I will.
Okay, so then you force the movement of Cohen. However, this attack will be against both of you. Garrus, you have 14. You just barely avoid it, and Navin, you just, with your massive, just slap the hand away, just like... yeah. You can pull Cohen. Your strength is very meek, though, so you can pull Cohen to this space, like kind of swing him around. Cohen will be prone on the ground on his back here, though.
Yeah.
And then that is your action. You have your own movement if you want to use. I would say you have used 15 movement yourself here to get Cohen.
All right. I will stay in this space and just try and form a buffer. I'll try and go on and say, what do you mean you wouldn't want me? I'm beautiful.
5 foot. Oh, he takes the disengage action and just kind of runs. Yes, that is the moonbeam. You missed a pinger. Morgan.
I am going to use my action to transport the moonbeam over the shadow.
Sure.
Oh, also, does damage from a spell that affects an area, is that affected by the fragment of the phoenix?
No, it is
This
not.
attacks and damage.
Yes, but it is meant as in when you do attacks and then the damage from those attacks. So when it's a single target save, sure, but in an AoE, no.
Well, I don't think I want to take any other actions or movement then. I just want to transport it so he is being vaporized by radiant light.
Roll me an attack or roll me the damage.
Come on.
Yeah, he takes absolutely no damage basically from this because the tiny beams and then him just avoiding it himself. However, you do catch his attention with this, and he is going to move out of Navin's reach, and you can go ahead and slap him if you want.
Yep, I would like to do that. Or try to, I guess.
Do you have advantage on
Wait,
this?
he takes 0 damage?
Sorry,
I thought it was only...
no, normal. It should be
Yes,
normal.
it's flavor.
Yeah.
So that's a crit fail. And with the 15,
What?
even with your plus 11,
Yep.
that is a confirm.
Yep.
So you can roll me a d100.
Roll 1d100.
0.
Oh, sorry. No, it's... I missed the one.
What? I mean,
Cheater!
oh.
No!
That was a bit of...
No!
I think, unfortunately, what's going to happen is, like, your strength is so remarkable. Like, you're not used to it. So you swing and you start spinning around. You can roll me a dex save.
Yeah.
If you roll above a 14, you can let go of your Warhammer and send it flying before you smack Garrus in the face for 13 damage.
Yep. Let's see. Dexterity. 21?
Do you want to let it go?
If I know that I would hit one of my...
You
friends,
are
I would
definitely
let it go.
going to golf swing Garrus in the head if you
Yeah,
don't.
well, if I know that, I will definitely drop it. Or let's
Okay.
let it go. Yeah.
Roll me a 1d2. Either this way or this way.
Yeah.
2. So this way. And then I want a 1d6 plus 3.
1d6 plus 3?
Cool. So 4 squares away around it. So 20 foot.
Yeah.
The Warhammer is here.
Yeah.
Like, Garrus, you see the death before your eyes as you see this like Warhammer come around, and you hear all of the sounds, you see your light flashing before your eyes, and then you just feel the wind swoosh across your face as Navin has let go of the hammer instead of smacking you, and you just like. Morgan, on the other hand, you will be touched by. You will absolutely be touched. 10 points of necrotic damage as this weird ass shadow just reaches out and grabs a hold of you. And then we go to Navin. You do notice that his shadow is really enough extended still here.
Okay, yeah. I want to just... I know the hammer is over there, and I don't have anything, so I'm just going to try and, punch into the ground. Yeah, it's true. I think I would just sort of punch into the ground instead. Trying my strength, how strong is it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll me an attack.
Let's see. Should I use the same as the Warhammer, and then we do different damage?
Yeah.
This was enjoyable while it lasted.
Yep. You punch the ground, and immediately the shadow just and moves underneath the form itself. It doesn't seem to be taking damage per se, and he doesn't seem to be affected by it, but it resets the shadow.
Yeah. I move towards the axe. Or my Warhammer, I mean.
Yep. 20 and then 10 back, I'm assuming?
4, yeah.
Oh, you can move there as well. So 15. Yeah, you can even get back.
Oh, I get back. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So 15 there and 15 back. Cohen.
Yeah.
So he's over there,
Mm-hmm.
and his shadow as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're doing all right.
Does it feel like it? Okay, yeah, I'm going to, kind of like crawl-ish over and shoot a chromatic orb into his back. If I can. No. You can?
Sorry, it's go for like.
Okay. Woo.
Yes.
Okay, good, cool. Then I do.
Did you just roll a 26 on 3d10?
She did. He did.
Thank
Damn.
God.
That is some good damage. That is some good ass damage. And what damage is this?
Yeah, it's, God damn it.
Don't choose wrong.
Fire.
If you choose wrong,
Fire.
Listen, you can roll it.
I don't know.
fire? Cold?
No, I mean
Acid?
it's to decide.
What? What did you say? Lightning?
I believe, can't you do lightning with it?
I think it's all.
Think so.
It's
Acid,
8 types.
cold.
Yeah.
Oh, lightning, poison, or thunder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shadows don't like light.
yeah, that's
Probably.
what I'm thinking.
I mean,
so-
light and lightning are two very different
Yeah,
things.
they are.
Can't have shadows without light though.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, lightning.
Lightning? Okay. You notice how the effect does not take full, unfortunately. As it just... And it does take a healthy chunk of damage, but...
That was like
Not
my
so.
last fuck you, I don't...
Woo! Garrus!
Garrus will fire off a fireball
Sure.
at the physical form. I'm not sure if it. There we go.
Airbend. Firebending, just swoosh. Why is that rolling above a 1? Oh, because... Oh, yeah, you have that thing. So you technically crit failed that and then rolled a 2. Well done. Yeah. Misses completely. Just... Whoosh.
Take a
Movement.
breath. Where is Kristoff?
Somewhere where you won't find him.
Oh my god.
You're underestimating how stubborn we are.
Morgan.
I'm going to take a 5. I can't do a 5-foot step and movement, correct?
No, you cannot. Unless you take a 5-foot step and then you can take the dash, technically.
Disengage action is looking mighty.
You can take the disengage action, but that is an entire turn. So that's bonus action and regular action.
When moving a moonbeam, does it deal damage to spaces it passes over?
Nope. It's only on the start of whoever starts in it. Also, you didn't roll concentration for that.
Oh, crap. What check is that?
Con. DC 10.
Please make it. We really need that up.
Yeah.
Also,
Still up.
no, I haven't been hit yet. I still have pass out of trace up, presumably.
Yes, boy. What do you want to do? Time's ticking.
Garrus,
I'm
are you running away?
I'm going to take a 5-foot step here and then move the moonbeam so it's on this space.
Sure. You move it in front of yourself. Okay. And then it's his turn. He steps around it.
Crazy.
Money
Damn
space.
it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Sorry.
Crap.
Technically, I suppose that this movement here provokes an attack of opportunity, so you can, if you want, slap it with your hand.
Do my best.
You can roll a strength check.
Woo.
No, you absolutely fucking fail, and then the thing wants to touch your ass, and you just feel this shadow puts its arms around you, pull you close into, like, almost absorbing you. You take 8 points of necrotic damage. Yeah, that's right there. Navin!
It's the corporeal form that's on the top, right?
Yeah, the black form is the shadow, and then this is the actual form.
Yeah, sort of to try and mitigate the intense power I have, I sort of put my fists together and start growing in size.
Nice!
I use my Ogre's Might.
I like it. Roll me a d2.
Yeah.
1 is left, 2 is right. Unfortunate. You go this way.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, I move 1. Is he in the middle of that square, or is he like on this? Like, which
this one, the shadow seems to be on all of the squares, and
isn't that the corporeal form, the dark one?
no, this is the shadow.
Okay. I guess I'll move. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Moving through here will get you
But
whooped.
can I move down on the corner and not
Yeah,
get touched by it? Yeah.
you can, absolutely. But since you move here and then here, the shadow is going to try to rake you.
Yeah.
And it seems as though it has a similar attack as the main guy. No, Tim! No!
Did you just roll a crit?
Yes!
God damn it!
I will use my way of the mountain, I'm pretty sure.
You take 17 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah. I'll do the way of the mountain to see if I can reduce it a bit.
Before you do that, please wait. I'm gonna roll because I confirmed the crit.
The master man is asking if he can give you disadvantage.
No!
He doesn't.
Oh, 86!
Yeah, it's a lot.
No, you can't give disadvantage like after.
No. Can I reduce it?
No, not with an 86. Unfortunately, I said to myself, if it was an 85 or above, then you can't.
Yeah. How much is 17? You said, right?
17. So you're still up. You're still alive.
Yeah. Let's see. That's a lot of damage.
86. You.
It sort of distracts me, I guess. Like, oh.
It absolutely does. I'm just wondering
how we're going to get out of this alive.
Oh, absolutely. I'm wondering that. But I'm thinking more because that's a high ass fucking crit. So you can't use that, and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
DC, saving throws, yeah.
DC 17.
Pretty high.
Yes! Good! Good! Okay. Yep, you can continue your turn.
Damn it!
Okay.
You can continue your turn.
Navin?
No, Navin still has his turn.
Yeah, I gave you a advantage on your next roll.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, even though like being hit, I will try. Like my intent's always been like to try and strike this corporeal form, and I will attempt to do so. So advantage on the attack, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll strike him with the full might of my warhammer, and also adding. Oh, it should be an extra d6 if I hit.
You do hit.
Because of the ogre's might.
Yep.
How is the best we can manage with advantage in 8 and 2?
I don't know. So 14 reduced. Do you maybe want to second wind or something?
Can't. I used the bonus action to grow.
Come on.
Yeah,
I would have otherwise.
Let's see, Garrus, you got a
3 spell. Also, Morgan, you should have gotten 3 spell points and not 2 before. Yeah. So you both, so 1 extra for Morgan and 3 extra spell points for Garrus.
Okay.
All right, I don't know what that was for, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
It is Mr. Cape Satan who gave you from Twitch.
Kate, you the man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What the fuck? He is super big, right?
No.
No.
It's a shadow on the ground.
Yeah, I can't do shit with that. Okay. Can I move over so I can get a clear shot on him?
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't
Like
really know.
here, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good enough.
Okay. Cool. Then I do that and I shoot away a little eldritch blast because that's the only thing I can do.
Force damage is, however, usually very good. With an 11, though, I don't know. Why do you have disadvantage? You shouldn't. But with the
We're rolling disadvantage on all ability checks.
So you have only disadvantage on ability checks from your exhaustion level 1.
Okay. Should I do it again?
Nope, it's a 13 and it misses.
Ah.
Garrus.
Shit. Alright, grit my teeth, start running up to Navin as fast as I can. As I'm doing so, hurl a firebolt at the corporeal form.
Fireball. Oh, fireball. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes, a fireball. That's what I mean.
You can just barely get it there. Go ahead. 12. Yes, sir.
I'm using. I have to say I'm using my inspiration. Before
Do it.
Right? All right.
No. Team inspiration can be added after.
I'm using my fucking inspiration.
Do it.
Yay!
For that. 15. Nah. It's,
God damn
Close.
it!
No cigar.
it is as close as it can get without hitting, unfortunately. As the fireball, like the little radiant energy coming down, just like makes it a little bit too weak, and it just evaporates before hitting. And then Morgan.
Okay, I am going to take. I can't step any.
You are stuck.
I can't take a 5-foot step. I don't know what I'm going to do other than try to cast Cure Wounds and not die. But no, if I take any damage, I will die.
Yeah.
However, with Cure Wounds, you make a, if you want, we make a dex check against each other. Like, we made a sleight of hand check. The faster one gets their action first.
This is really all I can do without dying, so Cure Wounds.
So then you make the contested sleight of hand first.
Sleight of hand, or...
Sleight of hand. 17! Ooh, let's see. I'm gonna roll this one open. Yeah, you go first. You heal yourself for 7. Then, however, it's going to attack you because you are healing. Or you're casting a spell. And as explained previously...
More than one attack of opportunity in a round?
It hasn't made... It hasn't made attack of opportunities.
Other one attacked me.
Yeah.
The attacks target 2 creatures within 5 foot.
Yep.
And Navin is within 5 foot.
Yep. Can I use my way out of the mountain for this one?
You should be able to.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, it's fine. It misses you.
Oh,
It misses you. Okay. Now, however, it's its turn.
Did you lose concentration on the moonbeam?
No, he wasn't hit. He wasn't hit.
Touched.
Is there something you want to do with the moonbeam?
He can't. It's an
I
action.
already used my action to try to not die.
What?
Good choice.
I thought it was
Unfortunately, both Morgan and Navin are going to go down here as you take 9 points of necrotic damage as this being... Oh yeah? You might not, unless you... Yeah, no, you can't, because it's plus your level, right? So you will live no matter what. But 9 points of damage as it extends its hand to try and end your lives.
What? He died?
6, and reduce them to 3.
Yeah, still not doing
So
too
it's
hot.
3, not 9? What?
No,
For me.
for Navin, because he's got
Okay.
the stone's endurance. Yeah, Navin. It turns to you.
Well,
This one is gone.
yeah, I'll use my second wind.
Nice. Think that's a good choice.
Yeah. Well, there's not too many good choices. And it's plus 3, right?
3, because it's your vital level. Ooh, that is good. That almost guarantees you to live unless I crit.
Yeah. Well, we'll see See what happens. I think that there's not much I could do to help him when this shadow is here, so I will try to hit the corporeal form once again.
Slap.
Yep.
There we go. That is better. It's still just an 11, but 23 points of damage. And you just like get fucked down into the ground. Fucked down into the ground. That sounded way worse than I wanted it to do. Do you want anything else? Accent search, or you're done?
No, I'm done.
Yep. Cohen.
I don't get it. Did he die?
You don't know. You see him go down.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's on the ground.
Okay, but I still can't do shit. Anyway, okay, yeah, Eldritch Blast on the fucking dude again.
Yep.
Okay, without disadvantage, that's good at least. Yay!
Hey, you actually maybe hit it a little bit this time. You out with the blast onto it. Do you want to move or do you want to stay there?
I don't know. No, I'll stay there. But I'm closer to the ground because I'm hunched over. Yay!
Garrus.
Will protection from evil and good work against creatures from the shadow?
That's a good question. It technically covers undead, doesn't it?
It also covers fae, fiends, elementals.
So it basically covers most of shit that isn't like mortal. So yeah, I would say possibly, probably, unless it's some very weird ass shit going on. However, before you do anything, I need you to roll me a perception.
I'm keeping an eye on the shadow because I know what it does.
Oh, you might not have, depending on your roll.
Curses.
Yep.
Hard to see a shadow if you're not.
Okay, cool.
Dude,
Go.
really need to wait.
Take your turn.
Alright, thanks. Void the shadow, run up to Navin, leap out, and cast
Okay,
protection for evil and good on him.
Since you are moving that way, unfortunately, you are going to be slapped.
That is fine. I have the
Because
issue.
this shadow... What is it doing? The shadow more or less like has moved, and it seems to have been creeping towards Cohen. But when you come running past, it just immediately turns around and like takes a hold of your shadow and tries to strangle you
Are
again.
you kidding me? I would try to avoid it if that's the
I know.
case.
Oh, you didn't see.
No, it has had 2 turns on doing a very slow, stealthy move. You have not had the ability to move. It's going to make an attack.
Come on, miss! Miss!
It is going to hit.
No.
Oh my god.
Do I get the feeling it's going to possess me again if I don't?
No. Like, it's not possessing you. You are suffocating.
Well, yeah, grabbing me. I'm already
Yes.
grabbed, is what you're
You are grabbed. You are suffocating. You can still move, but you are suffocating.
Still make. Alright, how much damage do I take?
No damage. You are suffocating. You are actively dying at this point.
Stagger over to Navin.
Yep.
Verbal.
No verbal components.
I will look to Cohen, basically pleadingly, and end my turn.
Pleading
Okay.
me?
Pleadingly.
What?
Morgan.
I will.
Oh, sorry. You did say
Hey,
exit.
woo, love
That's the
those.
best I can do.
Yes. I said I will make all of those.
And he got a from me chat inspiration.
I don't think that.
What? It still
I don't
counts.
think that
Oh.
saves
No,
can be
it doesn't. You
modified.
can't add things to death
So is
saves.
that a success or a failure?
I will tell you. I describe how things are usually when it
So I
happens.
don't keep track of them on my sheet.
You don't need to keep track. I will keep track of it. You notice how Morgan is not actively spewing out blood, at least at the moment.
Yeah. But it's not
Navin.
moving either.
Oh, sorry, no. It's not Navin. It's him. Now that Garrus is standing there, his shadow has a hold of Garrus. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's gonna go for Garrus. Navin, make me an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Do it good. Come on, you can do it.
Minus the one in mid damage in the middle. It doesn't count because it's. I've already used my Ogre Smite this turn.
Is it per turn or
Once per turn, I think. I'll double check. I'm pretty sure.
because if it
once
is
on
per
each of your turns as well, so it's not on opportunity.
yeah, exactly. So then, because the rogue is possible to get it on.
Yeah. So 17.
Yep, Garrus. Both forms kind of gather up around you, and you feel the corporeal form's hand takes one hand around your throat. Oh, the music stopped. How holy shit, that is perfect. The other hand goes towards your mouth. The shadow pries your mouth open, and the hand just sticks down into your throat. You feel it gripping your heart, and you feel it tug at it. You will take 14 points of necrotic damage as it grips your heart. And then Tim is gonna restart the music. That was a perfect thing. Cohen. Sorry, no, Navin. I'm just gonna go and check.
Yeah. Oh, what am I supposed to do in this situation? Jesus.
I don't know.
Garrus is glaring down at the corporeal.
I have Morgan. Yeah, I have Morgan who's down. But I can't really stop to help him because you're being strangled. Oh.
And I don't have any fucking.
Yeah, and I don't know if to hit the corporeal or the shadow. It's like I'm trying to think what
shadow
Navin would
doesn't
do. Yeah.
seem to be taking damage.
No, but if I hit the shadow, it'll probably dissipate or disappear, and that'll probably release the hold on you, which I think Navin would sort of try to focus because hitting this corporeal guy doesn't seem to do that much.
It seems to be doing shit. You've slapped him quite a few times. It is definitely doing something, but
he doesn't look like he's
it's hard. How are you gonna see on the shadow that it's about to die? Maybe that sometimes you haven't faced this before, so
yeah. I think I'll hit the shadow because I would want to save Garrus from being strangled, and I would assume in my mind if I hit the shadow again, it'll probably stop. Maybe that's not gonna work. Maybe that's what he would do.
Yep, slap.
Slap.
Boom! On the ground, the shadow dissipates. Garrus, your mouth is no longer being forcefully held open by the hands. However, you still have a shadowy hand down your throat, but it seems like he, wriggling, and you just feel and you are no longer being suffocated, and it is not down your throat.
That's my turn.
Come on.
I got spells.
Nice.
Yeah. So woo. So I'm going to cast a healing word on the Morgan.
Sure.
I can still do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
60 foot, as long as you are not.
Roll well, for God's sake, roll well.
Yeah.
It's just a D4, unfortunately.
Well, it's D4 plus your spellcasting mod.
It is.
So roll a 4, please. Pity, please. Go!
5 is better than nothing. 5 is better than nothing, and because you are on 0, Morgan, that means that you now are on 5. Garrus.
Cough for a bit.
But wait. I still have my
Oh,
movement.
action and action. That's correct. Sorry.
I can't Eldritch Blast, right?
You can. That's a cantrip, so you can.
Yes.
Do it.
Kill that fucker.
You can try.
Well, I'm.
He dies.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I'm just trying to find.
Mix.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna.
You can move outside your turn, Garrus.
Yeah.
Cough for a bit. I didn't come this far just to fall to another one of you. 5 step back. Protection from good and evil.
Nice.
As
Morgan.
I am going to take a step this way and cast Healing Cure Wounds on myself.
Healing Cure Wounds, yes.
Healing Cure Wounds.
Do you just
spell
crawl?
healing spell positive? Yes. Spell.
Positive plus yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Do you get up or crawl or because you're prone, right?
Oh, I need to spend an action to stand up, don't I?
No. That's
Just more movement.
not in 5th edition. You just half movement stand up.
Okay.
This part Tim has the hardest for when it comes to any role playing. When like faking noises and languages and such, I just feel it's such a weird thing to do. But I'm gonna try my best, and it's something that I definitely need to like try in this campaign. So if we get to him, you see both of these shadows like fused together, and he grows. You see how he looks. You see how in his hands there are 2 massive burning balls of shadow. And he raises them above. It fuses into one, and you see how he is about to chuck this thing basically on Navin's face. And like Garrus and Navin, you stand there and you feel the heat from this thing, and it is immense. And there we're going to take a short break.
I am going to remove at least 3 of your bones.
Come at me. So short, quote-unquote, commercial break, I suppose, as we get some refreshments, and we will be back in 15 minutes. So anybody who wishes to continue to watch, then please rejoin us in that amount of time.
Thank you, chat, for keeping us alive.
Yeah, see you soon.
And we are back. Welcome to the How Tim Kills His PCs episode. As I said, we need a heart rate monitor for Sarah because it would go like 100, 150, 570, 190, 80. Tim says something, 180. So this big ass fucking shadow conjures up flames above them, and just for fun, Garrus and Morgan, you can roll me an Arcana just to get an idea. Oh, Cohen can technically as well. Navin is an idiot when it comes, so he doesn't get anything.
Yeah.
Just to get an idea, like you guys have second level spells, and like it's so maybe with disadvantage as well, Morgan,
Right,
because you are technically.
Because you're fucked.
Roll high.
We're all
25, so 16 would be the lower one.
Oh, right.
Morgan has an idea. If we're talking spells, like you have second, this is probably 3 times as powerful as whatever you can conjure at least.
Yeah, let's go.
So this thing's fire like starts to singe Navin. And Navin, you're like at that point, sure, you can hit it. You'll probably lose your arms if you do. It's that kind of heat singeing from it. And then, like, as this is just like sounding with this guttural noise of, and then you just hear this like clear, silent snap, and the fireball above its head just sinks away into nothingness, and this thing is just standing and just like being super fucking confused. As in from the forests, you see a person that you have seen before. Oh, that's not the picture it's meant for.
Antoine, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Fuck off!
Yeah, where did that go? Here we go. That wasn't tied for some reason. However,
Where?
the person that walks in is actually Anton.
Oh no.
Anton just walks in, calm as a fiddle. What are you doing, you poor shadow? You have nothing to do here. As he then just claps his hand, and the shadow's arm just like starts tearing itself apart, almost getting smaller. It starts to hiss and just scream and screech, and then you see it like start running, and it jumps into the shadow of the house and just disappears. Yes, Anton kind of calmly walks up to what would be, I believe, Garrus. Kind of looks at Garrus. My friends, how are you? I see you are in a bit of a pickle.
Are you going to kill us?
Of course not. Unless you refuse to hand me over the pointy things.
There we are. That makes a lot of sense. Why didn't you just take it in the first place?
Because I had no idea what they were, and I didn't... Oh, no. I knew what they were. I just didn't know that you had them. I thought I would have to dive down into the ocean and pick it up. But...
And I suppose lying to you about having them would completely validate it.
You can just hand them over and I don't have to burn you.
Do you know what Christoph is? We got separated a while back.
Give me a moment. He turns around, like, points in this direction. I believe maybe 500 or so meters in that direction.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
That seems a little too convenient.
He seems extremely truthful. So he doesn't seem to have any reason to hide what he's saying.
Why would he be... I
do not know. I do not know why you are here. I do not know anything except I want what you have. And you can give it to me, or I can kill you and take it.
Navin sort of looks to Garrus and like, I don't like to say it, but we do owe him.
He's also trying to destroy the world, but we don't really have
I know.
much options.
I know. Without him,
But
we
this-
would surely be dead.
I choose to use my telepathy instead of my voice, but you each hear in your head in turn. This shadow nearly killed us, and he drove it back in an instant.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah, Navin just nods, like, hearing it. And I shrink back to my normal size.
Yeah.
Right?
No normal size, you're still like...
Oh, I can't move my arms anymore. Fuck.
Alright, who has the one compass we have on them?
He like snaps his I would assume that like since you had them before, you would have them again.
Yeah.
So he kind of just snaps his fingers. You can make me a wisdom saving throw, with disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's it.
you just like, and who can give him the one that we? And like you guys just see how Garrus freezes as Anton just calmly like walks up. I'm not gonna do anything harmful. He just like puts his hand into the bag, pulls up both of the two compasses, and just kind of looks at you, like shakes his head. This one never learns, does he?
May we ask a question?
He like, as he's almost incantation, like on his way out, he's like, sure, but I might not answer.
Sort of nod. It's like, why would you want to destroy the world?
He shrugs. Oh, now Tim has to.
I mean, he just doesn't have to answer. It could be
No,
like,
I know, but Anton
yeah,
is,
okay.
is-
Yeah, sure.
has his own motives.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Like Garrett's just standing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anton takes a long time, and he kind of looks at you, and he gives you a bit of a coy smile. I do what I do for my own reasons. I don't expect anyone else to understand it, nor to follow in my path. But destruction is perhaps not entirely what I am looking for.
Sort of nod. Thank you.
He kind of just snaps his fingers and said, "You look ridiculous like that, the Gareth."
Sort of help him.
You don't have to escalate things immediately. Well, actually,
You are lying, and you are doing it poorly.
I'm gonna go find Christoph.
That seems like a good idea. Kind of looks behind you with interest and just kind of walks past you. Like, looks at the door, just opens it, shrugs, walks inside.
Oh, Antoine, could we ask you a favor?
like you hear like
You hear the lock?
he steps outside, kind of looks at you. What is it?
We have some things that we still need to take care of. Could you stick around and make sure the shadow doesn't pop up again for us?
Would you ask him that?
Are you stupid?
Possibly. All right, fine. Go about your world-destroying business then.
Walks inside. And you see, like, from the corner, Wolfgang kind of like, oh, what is... going on? Who was that? Like, I'm assuming that you're saying this as you're walking.
Yeah, that was bad news. In one way. Let's get you to your brother.
Kind of nods.
And I help him, like, carry him, even though I'm not in very good shape either, but I'll help because he's probably worse off. I'll help him as much as I can.
Yep. Let's see if I can. Yeah, you start moving in the ish direction of where he pointed you, and you walk.
I'll keep my eyes peeled for
Yep.
ghost spirits that are waiting to ambush us.
Roll me a perception, please.
Oh boy.
With disadvantage.
I know.
It's your name.
Natural
see-
one.
Um,
Actually, 2 in my
you,
defense.
you see spirits around you, like everywhere. You are on the point of exhaustion. You haven't had a good meal. You haven't had a good sleep. Like, you are hallucinating shit. And, like, your mind tells you that you're hallucinating, but rationally, then, like, another part of your mind says, like, what if you aren't hallucinating? So like, you're having this mental battle of, like, is it real? Is it not? But the others don't seem to give too many shits, so you kind of tell yourself that you aren't seeing spirits. You get to a well. Just a stone well on a small hill. You walk up, you look down, and sure as fuck, down there at the bottom, red-haired Christoph is sitting. He like looks up. Oh my god, I didn't believe.
Are you a clone of Antoine? Or one of his tricks?
Absolutely. I'll do whatever, as long as you just get me up, Gareth.
Yeah.
We the nights of the 17th.
Sorry, what did you say?
Where were we the night of the 17th? Back at the barracks.
This is now Tim. I'm assuming you're talking about the incident, or is it just you coming up with something?
Just me coming up with
Yeah,
something.
that's right. So he kind of just looks up and he's like, we were outside of Gettys. We were about to head up to Soldier's Watch. A long, cold climb. And you tried to fake your stomach cramps like you always did when you didn't want to do something.
Oh, come off it. It was a successful venture, was it not?
It
At the
was.
very least. It got us both out of it. Alright, any water down there?
No, just need a rope, please.
Send a rope down. Try and tie it to a rock as best as I can.
Yeah, you can hold it, and like he starts to climb, and you help.
Garrus is not strong. And
No, but like you're like you can hold your feet against it.
I help.
It's exactly. You will help.
Yeah.
Like he gets up, and like as he comes up, he looks very surprised, and he's like, "Wolfgang." He's like, yes, brother, it's me. You fucking idiot! Like he gets up and like he walks forward and he elbows his brother in the face. You see his meat brother just like start bleeding, screaming. What are you doing? Stop. What did you think after what I told you, after what me and Gareth, and you would... You have to tell us everything about what is going on. And he just kind of nods. Of course I'll do it. But not here in the Wailing Woods. We need to... And at this point, you realize that you have no idea where the fuck you are.
What time is it right now, Jim?
7:30.
No stars to work with.
Mm-mm.
And there's no path leading from the door, I assume.
Nope.
Any
It
mountains?
might be
in the
worth.
distance?
You can make it a survival, actually.
With disadvantage.
Be worth spending a breather in the building.
You'll need a roll.
You actually do find an old path that is long overgrown, but it's still, that little difference in the grass that, you have a path, and it would, from here, it would lead down on the map, like out and then down.
Yeah. There's a path here. It's old, maybe not used anymore, but it's been used in the past. Something or someone used this. I think it's our best chance to get somewhere else, away from this. And I start trudging along.
Navin, let's clear the house beforehand. Make sure there's no information left by our old friend. Give us a further lead.
Don't know about you, but I would rather stay away from that house and that person.
Feelings mutual, but
Especially the way we are right now. We can always come back.
does everyone else feel similarly?
I, for one, would like a good night's sleep,
Sort of
a
look
chance
around.
to breathe. I'm just so tired.
Agreed.
I feel like my limbs are held together with string.
Feel like I have any limbs anymore. We need to leave this place and get somewhere.
Wailing Woods is not
Safe.
going to be a friendly area to camp out.
I would
At the
rather
very
be in
least, we know this area is a wood.
I would rather be
You
in the Wailing
feel-
Woods instead of close to where these two evil men are.
Well, we did never get to search the rest of the house. I am
We got
still
out.
missing my artifacts.
And we can come back.
Something tells me that we can't.
We have all of us who are already half dying. We have one person who's not fed for what seems like weeks.
Speaking
And
of
you-
which, sorry about this. I'm going to give Wolfgang one of my rations.
So,
He takes it, just sits down, and very slowly starts munching.
we have
Probably
someone
should
in.
have thought of that earlier.
Yeah.
Unless you want to carry me, I can't. I need rest.
And inside this house, we have, at the very least, someone we know who could kill us with the snap of a finger. And the other person who put us there, we don't know where he is. And you wish to remain here in this condition.
Antoine
I thought you
wants
two
us
were
alive.
smart men.
Sorry. That was no, that was in character. That was Christoph.
Antoine wants us alive. To those ends, I'm willing to bet that for the time that he's here, he's willing to keep us that way.
Just a few seconds ago, he froze you stiff.
He's a bit of a prick. What can you do?
Yeah. Navin turns and starts walking.
Yep.
Let me try and talk some sense into him, unless any of you have any better ideas. Actually, Christoph.
Navin,
Hmm?
what makes you so sure that whatever it is that you're afraid of, I'm assuming Solmeier, that he can't find you out in the Wailing Woods?
So I stop and I don't know.
So you're telling me that it's better out there on unknown ground with spirits all around us than in a place where we can at least defend somewhat and rest up. We can cover the exits if there's a room with only one door. There should be a better place inside here, even if that Surmaier comes back. But out there, you've heard the stories just as me. What we faced was a small abomination, and it nearly killed you. If you were to run into a large one or just a pack of crawlers when you're exhausted, you're not going to be able to run away.
I know.
I'm afraid I've got to side against you on this one, Navin. We're all half dead and exhausted. At least here we've got walls to put our back to.
I grab Navin's arm
Yeah.
and start pulling him back.
I sort of reluctantly follow along.
Someone, you can take a D8 of inspiration.
Thanks. And I sort of just, sulk, but
Yep.
follow along. Yeah.
You walk inside, and as you're all in the hallway, you see coming out from up the stairs, kind of holding stuff in his hand. You see Anton, just kind of he looks up. Oh, you are still here. There were a bit of zombies down there. No longer. Right. He just kind of nods and tries to awkwardly walk past you and walk outside. Gary he hears the sign. He's like, if you ask me another pointless question, I will take your tongue.
Damn it.
He walks out and turns around and I think these are yours. And he tosses two things up in the air towards you. And then I'm not gonna let that shadow kill you because I want the pleasure myself. But in your sorry states, you would prove no challenge. So make sure that you grow a little bit stronger, at least. S'il vous plaît.
I say of all the men I've ever hated, he's probably the most pleasant.
He does have a rather endearing and infuriating charm about him, doesn't he?
Still want to kick his teeth in.
On the little stones on the way up, you see two pieces. One that you've seen previously, the locking mechanism or the key that Gareth used, but next to it lies another weird ass looking item that probably Morgan is reaching down for.
Mm-hmm. Definitely reclaiming that.
Can we see what it is? Is it like a bundle or?
Morgan can describe it if you remember.
It's roughly the same shape as a barbell. It's a cylindrical object with discs on either side, I believe you said it was.
Discs or plates, still plates kind of deal. Yeah.
It's like a skytail.
Oh, what?
I'll show you an image. Sort of. It's like a mechanical one, but let me just copy that and put it in here. Nope, I can't send that because that's apparently not allowed. What if I do this? Nope. Copy image. Why won't it let me?
A grey screen.
There we go.
Fascinating.
So like that.
No. It would have...
No.
So imagine that thing, but then it has two pointy
but it's solid
vertical
discs
plates.
Essentially. Yeah, but it's solid discs.
No. So just one piece of metal, like this pen, and then it would have two palms on each side, extending.
Oh, okay.
That seem to
So
have
like a barbell.
patterns.
Okay.
Yes, like a barbell,
Right.
almost.
Yeah.
I think you see a bit of uncomfortability almost when Morgan picks it up, that. When you touch something that you're that you're not really wanting to touch, kind of face, just for a split second, and then where do you tuck it away?
Just in my bag with
In
my
your
other
bag?
things.
Yep.
Probably next to the book.
Sure.
Unless
Okay.
someone asks me a question about it, I'm probably not going to talk
Yeah,
about it.
no.
I think Nevin would probably ask because you mentioned the artifacts. We had to go back for the artifacts.
I'm not sure what it does. It's just a thing I'm studying.
But then we have all the things we need from this place.
Aside
Except for
for good
perhaps
night's
a
rest.
roof over our head and walls to put our back to for a day.
Right. But if we have to leave in a hurry, we can.
Of course.
You go through the rest of the house. The two rooms that you didn't check, one seems to be an old storage room, and the one on the second floor where you heard the shuffling of zombies is an old like barracks room where people were sleeping and such. So there are actually beds that you can sleep in as well. There are, however, only 4 functional beds.
Yeah, but that's fine.
I
We have
mean,
bedrolls
6
as
people.
well.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but
So you can make it comfortable and such. And then the question is, neither Christoph nor Wolfgang are capable of taking a short or keeping watch. So if you guys want to keep watches, then all of you 4 need to do it to cover the entire night, or you leave a gap. It's up to you.
Navin will suggest that we keep a watch, even if things are dire.
I do think keeping a watch would be smart.
So, what do you mean by leave a gap? Does that mean one of us isn't going to get a full long rest?
No, leave a gap means that one of you wouldn't take a watch, and there would be like 2 hours where nobody's keeping a watch if somebody wants to sleep the entire night.
Okay, is there a penalty to not sleeping the entire night?
You might get stabbed in your sleep.
So
That's the problem.
I mean, so like for RP purposes, sometimes like people feel like their characters are exhausted and they don't want to take just yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Navin is way too uncomfortable in this place.
So I'm assuming that the watch is like somewhere on the top floor and like keeping an eye out through the windows and kind of walking about and such.
Garrus will set up alarms first and foremost on a teleportation circle. What entrances he can find as well.
Sure.
Oh, and before I go to bed, I'm going to spend my last mana points on a spell of Cure Wounds.
Sure.
Who looks the most damaged? Is it
Cohen.
Sammy?
No.
Cohen.
Cohen.
How many points did Cohen have left? But
You
yeah,
don't know. Cohen
How
looks
damaged?
damaged.
I always look battered up because I am.
I mean, you are bleeding. Like your wounds are probably looking equally or worse as you are feeling.
I walk up to Cohen. You look hurt. Would you allow me to help?
No, it's I'm alright.
I don't believe you. I don't think I need to make an insight check for that, right?
No.
I don't believe you. Please just hold still. And I place a hand on his arm and cast Cure Wounds.
Yep.
Oh, wait, no, that was supposed to be upcast. I have enough mana for that.
Yep, so another D8. So 7 extra. Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
So that is a total of 16 points of healing. So. I have 10 cards in my hand.
No.
Oh, great. You can just keep all those there. You don't have to.
I have well. I can
who
do
was-
them against you.
Who was the person that didn't get to draw the last time? I believe it was Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jay, you can pick first. 1 here, 10 here. Pick a number.
7.
7?
Is this your card?
Dark Lord.
No.
Are you kidding me?
I don't like
That
that.
can't be good.
Then we'll go down to Simon.
Oh, no.
I have now 9 cards left in my hand.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We'll
Spoiler
go with
twist
7.
for all Dark Lord.
7?
Yeah. It's the Darkest Lord.
Torturer.
No. Oh my god. No.
Where's the happy guys in this? Why are there no happy tones?
Well, there is healer, but you know, doesn't look that nice.
Dark Lord Antoine just pops in to say hello again, right?
Interesting. So Dark Lord Torturer.
Oh
Cool.
my god.
Can I have a perception check from everyone?
The disadvantage.
If we say no and don't get the perception check, then they just don't appear in the game, right?
Absolutely. Disadvantage, please, Garrus.
Sorry, I thought it was already on.
Nice.
So that's a 2.
That's a 1.
-1, yeah.
Yes. Morgan?
Say again. Sorry, your audio cut out.
With this perception with disadvantage.
Right. Oh,
Why did we hurry to save Kristoff's life? Damn it.
0.
0.
Cool.
We're so screwed.
But just fall asleep on watch, like.
Garrus and Morgan both do fall asleep on watch. Navin, when you are taking watch, so technically, like, you guys are taking a 24-hour long rest here because it makes sense. You need it. As night kind of starts falling and the light starts dimming outside, you look outside into the forest, and where there was like a small flower patch, you see 2 turquoise shapes kind of rise up out of the ground. One is a lot smaller, the other one is taller. You see them holding hands as they are dancing around each other. It looks like a mother and her child.
Yay.
They are, happily dancing around, and you see it very similar to Lucilla, as you saw. They jump, after the butterflies. She bends down, picks up a flower, smells it. The mother pulls out a picnic basket and gets the blanket out. And they sit down, bring out 2 very tasty-looking cupcakes. And as they're sitting and enjoying this cupcake, you see a 3rd shape coming from behind them. You see how a warped form of Sormire moves closer. You see how a hand extends up above his head with a long dagger. And with a quick plunge into the mother's skull, she falls down. The kid starts screaming and yelling, but he takes her by the hair and just drags her back out into the forest.
Yeah. Sort of hold my fist and just sort of shake in anger, just trying to stand still and not make a sound.
And then the 3 ghostly forms disappear.
I sort of punch the wall really hard.
Yeah. Probably, buckles in it a bit, and you feel the splinters in your hand. You kind of pick it out, but it's better than seeing what it was. This, again, like, from what you all saw when Morgan created this ray of light above, was that, like, the Sormire that was only a shell. Like, it wasn't Sormire. The shadows seemed to have possessed him or taken over him. Like, how it works exactly, you guys don't know. But maybe it did so in the temple. There are a lot of theories that you have as you're trying to sleep, as you are like laying around, rolling. But you will wake up on the 15th of Reaping. At least that is what the day you think it is. And you have had a long rest. Your exhaustion points are gone. And then one of your exhaustion points is gone. Then you have moved more than you should have been able to. You piece of shit.
Yeah, and I missed one as well, because I also had 2 points.
It's all good. It's all good. 1 mana back.
10%.
No hit.
Yeah. 10%
Do we restore hit points?
Yes, because you're not all sleeping comfortable in, like, after a warm meal, you get 10% of hit points. Well, technically, I suppose Cohen would have used the healer's kit. So as long as you have charges for it, then you can use them. I believe you've used 4 already, so you should have 6 left. You should have 6. which is then you can use all of those 6 for everyone. So 10% of hit points and all of your hit die back.
Can we use one before we get it back now?
Yes, so if you have 3 hit die on day A and you're going into day B, you can use all of those 3 and then they will replenish again.
Okay. So I'll start by using one at the very least.
So we can use hit die on the rest.
Yes.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's 2.
So that's what the healer's kit did, is allow us to use hit die?
You can always use hit die if you have it. What the healer's kit does is that you regain things. If you didn't use the healer's kit, you would have regained 1 hit point and 1 hit die.
Okay, so since if I use a hit die and get the healer's kit, does that mean I have a no net effect of how many hit dice I have left?
Did you have a hit die left on the previous day?
Yes, I had 3.
So then you can use those up, and then when the imagine it you having a short rest before you going into the long rest. That's how you can see it. So you use the hit die on the short rest, then you take the long rest and you regain the hit die.
Okay, so I don't get any benefit from that because I hadn't used any hit die.
That's why I'm saying you can use them all up before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you use up all those from the previous day, and then you regain them. Yep, absolutely.
Cool.
Navin, I actually need you to make me a... Would it be a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage?
Oh.
Yep.
It's a DC 13 for this.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay. Yep.
I should print the sign that says freaking out. Scrolling that up.
You guys can keep talking.
Anything odd happening tonight?
Oh.
Well, that's good. You're seeing nothing to worry about.
Well, I think we're as good as we're going to be, but I'd still say we should leave this place.
at this point, I'm basically still just going to be processing. I'll have basically nothing to say.
Same.
It's like, ooh, glad I am not dead.
Yep. How do you guys plan on getting out? You see, well, I suppose now... do I have to get into this doing the fucking double role-playing? I shouldn't have... kill one of my characters, please, so I don't have to have two NPCs here. Christoph and Wolfgang both get up, and like Wolfgang looking much better after having had a ration. He probably took two off you, Garrus, and then like as he's waking up, he kind of walks over to you a bit sheepishly. Would you perhaps allow me for another?
I dig in my bag.
Yeah, he like takes it. I'll tell you all what's happened, but let's do it outside. I've been down here for too long.
Mm.
You walk outside and he kind of sits down on the grass, and it's like, it's weird, this place, because it's so tranquil inside of the Wailing Woods, and you haven't seen any spirits like entering this glade whatsoever. The spellcasters think that, you know, perhaps there's something protecting it, hallowed ground, a spell, something, or, you know, it's just a fluke. But it's just haven't had any spirit influence so far. Wolfgang sits down, munches on the dried meat, jerky or something, as he takes a bit of water and drinks it. When Navin and you, Christoph, came by in... Oh, now Tim needs to remember his own fucking months. Holy shit. Where the fuck is the... Did I not put it in here? There it is. When you came by early or late daylight, and you were heading down to the Bargadum Mountains, my father, Carl, came and said there was a mission needed to be done, and that since Christoph had been discharged, it now fell upon me to work with Briar. We didn't think much of it. So, just as summer started, there came a group of people. Went with them. We went north up to Notty. Took a boat over to to Salit. From there we took horses over to River Verge. We were 24, I believe. Briar was one of the people. We had a couple of mages, but mostly just veteran soldiers, all keeping to themselves, seemingly having done this before. Any conversation I tried to spark just resulted in getting the cold shake. Nobody talked about what it was that we were doing. We were given no information except bare minimum by Briar. So we reached River Verge, and we were told to go in smaller parties into the Wailing Woods and scan the area for a tree. We were given these...
Who gave you the orders to scour the Wailing Woods once you arrived in River Verge?
Briar did.
He traveled with you?
Yes, he did, but he stayed in River Verge. So, it took us 2 weeks before we found what was described. We had lost 4 men in the woods. Good men, brave men. So, he just kind of shakes his head. To make sure that we were protected, we went to the League of Five. They specialized in the extermination of spirits. And so we hired Sormeyer to go with us.
These were Briar's orders.
Not per se. We were told to go there, and we were allowed to bring other people if we wanted, as long as they would go silent. So we talked to Sormeyer, who agreed to come. It seemed in his interest to go through these ruins. He was continuously blabbering about these ruins and temples that had been built after the Age of Agony and before the forest and everything. And I just couldn't be asked to listen. Magic, you know? So when we came to the tree, we found a passageway underneath it. We went down. It was this statue, this shadowy figure that seemed to be looking at us no matter where we moved inside the room. Our torches were cold, the light barely sufficient, even though every man had one himself. And
Brian did not accompany you into the forest.
No, he did not. It was me and 6 other men, the most veteran, and Sormeyer. And then Sormeyer started chanting a spell in attempt to open the door that we saw in front of us. our torches all flickered. It went black for a moment. And then Saulmeyer stood as if though he was being strangled, his mouth open, gurgling. And then he turned calmly. And he killed all of them. It didn't look like Saulmeyer anymore. It didn't speak. It didn't sound like him. Something had entered him, taken over him. The soldiers tried to fight. One of them grabbed his coat, but they were dismantled. I don't know why, but I was spared. I was knocked out, and I woke up in that damn cell. There I was until you found me. I thought for sure I was dead.
Tom Breyer was probably hoping the spirit would possess one of you. If circumstances seem to indicate.
I think Breyer wanted inside that temple to find out whatever it was, because he seemed keen on sacrificing lives for information about whatever it was. And your stories as well about the incidents kind of looks over at your arm. This isn't the first time, is it? Christoph kind of shakes his head. No, brother, it is not. Breyer seems to be connected to something much larger. And whilst I had an idea that perhaps, Anton was connected to it, it doesn't seem like that after what you told me.
It's possible an outside actor has infiltrated the play, so to speak. I don't think we can necessarily rule out Antoine being ultimately behind Von Breyer's actions. But
it seems more reasonable to believe it is simply to do with the throne in Belora and the coming war between the Holy Daring Dominion and Altwick. Because if you're telling me that is true, that a single shadow overpowered all of you rather easily as well, then imagine what a legion of those can do. If you can control them somehow. That is a power trip for any noble, especially an Altwickian one.
I don't think Anton would act. He seems more of a solitary type, powerful enough without any help from shadowy forces.
He seems more eccentric and apathetic than anything.
The more we learn, the more we fall deeper into the web of unknowing.
Well, first off, we need to get out of this damn forest. I think I should be able to track. Nevin can help me, and we should be out here.
You mean I'll help you? Sorry. I was gonna mean you'll help. I'll help. You'll help me. I mean,
kind of looks at you. Who's the actual tracker here, Navin?
Sometimes I wonder.
He kind of scoffs. You've been better at smashing things than at tracking.
So how did you end up in the well?
He kind of takes a moment. I think somebody spoke too much and we were magically put to sleep. And then I found myself awake in a well.
How about that? Very odd set of circumstances.
We'll learn from our mistakes.
We do?
At least we survive, I suppose.
Like, what direction is north is probably not too hard, but, like, it's more, where you are. Like, you know that you are in the Wailing Woods, most likely, but, you could be here, you could be here, you could be here.
Yeah.
Regardless, west leads us out eventually.
West leads you into the sea.
Yeah, sorry, east.
Yes. East, south, north, all good choices.
I think south is the one that makes most sense because it's like
Yeah, I mean, you have a map, so I'll...
yeah, higher chance to get to this point where we've already passed because we were in the woods and then we went to River Verge when we took our path back. So there might be a way we step or come upon our tracks again or a path we've been. So it's I think south is the most. Yeah.
My opinion on the subject differs a little. If we head west, there are one of two options. One, we run into a river where we can follow southwards, and we at least know that we're somewhere along there, or we exit the Wailing Woods. Both of those seem like good alternatives.
He means east again, not west.
Yeah. Like,
just to...
Yeah. I was like, it's into the sea. Yeah. Okay. I suppose maybe a bit in between, but east or south, I don't really care as long as we get away from here.
Southeast. Okay.
As much as possible, because, like you said, it's difficult to know exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You start moving, and yeah, I think that is a thing we're gonna do. So, 2-3 hours pass. Nothing happens. You're walking. The wind swoops down once or twice, and again you hear this just harmonious crying sound from all the spirits trapped within the trees, and this just sadness overwhelms you. Once or twice you run into a pack of crawlers that you just outrun. However, a bit after midday, you stop as like your entire bodies are shaking. You hear like
No.
Damn it.
and like
That's what that phrase.
these trees are so large. Like you turn around and like in between, you see a shape that's 50, 55 feet tall. Maybe 18, 19 different heads, 100 or so arms just sticking out of it, legs, limbs all over the place. And like, it knows you're there.
Okay.
It knows you're there. What we are going to do is we are going to have a skill challenge for you to get away from this. So, for the skill challenges, how it works is that you may only roll with skills that you are proficient in. You yourselves can make up a scenario that fits. So, for example, if Navin is proficient with athletics, he'll say, I'm going to run down and there will be a tree in the way that I'm going to move out of the way so that we have easier passage forward.
He's going to carry a tree?
No, push aside.
So you can fit the things. You can, of course, ask me like, could I use this in such a way? But you can kind of, within reason, form the situation of which your character can somehow attempt to go through. And again, you can only use a skill once. So if Navin uses his athletics, Navin cannot use athletics again. Yeah. This one, because of the 2 cards that you drew, is going to be hard. You are going to need 6 successes. If you reach 3 failures before 6 successes, it will catch up to you. So you decide who starts.
I can always do. I'm thinking I can use my perception or survival, one of them, to try to find like a more narrow path through the shrubbery and stuff. So
sure, choose one.
So we can do that. I would say perception.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a better one. So please.
Okay. You see how Cohen instinctively goes into just survival mode. Like, eyes just like void of any emotion, any color, just start looking around, not saying anything, just again in this just very confident voice, it's just like, follow me. And Cohen just sets off in a direction, moving through like two paths, between two trees that none of you thought like there would be anything behind it, but there seems to be a very nice, almost like canyon that you're running in, and then you come out, and what is there, and who gets over the next obstacle?
Could I use investigation or arcana to determine if there's a place where I can effectively use shatter to block the progression of the monster?
Good question.
Like, this thing is 65 foot tall. Like, one step covers a lot. And, like, I would unfortunately say that no, there is no way that your shatter can, like, impose on it.
What if I collapse a tree on its foot?
Yeah, then it's going to kick that tree in your face.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
The potion I took, I assume it's over.
Yes, 1 hour, so it's...
Yep. Just making sure.
Back to normal, Gavin.
Yeah.
Gavin.
Actually,
Wolfgang is... Oh, sorry. Yeah. Is Wolfgang able to sort of follow along, or is he trailing
Yes,
behind?
after the food...
Okay.
No, he's all good.
Okay, good.
do I know if this thing tracks by sound?
Tell me what you're thinking, and then I'll tell you if it works.
I'm wondering, because I don't have any other options, at least that I could cast alarm, but it takes a minute. But if I cast alarm on something and then stuck it on
You are going to need to use your skills and come up with ways. Yes, you can combine the skills with spells sometimes, but it has to be niche. Any other person that has any ideas to get through this?
Yeah.
Could I use my knowledge of Arcana to figure out the best way to use a casting of Phantasmal Force to convince it that it can't move forward?
We've been on this path before, so spirits aren't, like, knowledge of them aren't Arcana. Knowledge of spirits is religion. And even with knowledge about your own spell, that wouldn't cover this thing.
Okay, I thought Arcana would be my knowledge of using the spell. Not
Yes,
necessarily.
I mean, you have a good idea of how to do it, but it's just, this thing has 17 heads.
Yeah.
Like, does it even count as one entity?
Yeah.
Um,
I was wondering, do we know if there are animals like that still live in the forest, like birds or like
Yes,
deer?
absolutely.
I was thinking maybe to like make an extremely loud, aggressive, like sort of scream or howl to sort of wake up the things that live nearby, to sort of have them move and potentially distract the creature, or maybe like it moves.
Yeah, through what skill?
I doubt this
Intimidation.
thing is anything
Yes.
other than an expert.
I like that.
Yeah. I have disadvantage because I am exhausted, but my frost rune gives me charisma intimidation checks with advantage. So is it normal, or should I still have it on disadvantage?
It will give you normal, and I will say that for this, you are allowed to use strength instead if you want.
It's only a 1 difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean-
I'll do the intimidation. I think it's
Yeah.
more.
How
it's more
high
fun,
is
yeah.
your charisma, or how low is your strength?
It's a good question, isn't it? You'll never know. Yeah.
Okay, that is a fail. So the animals start running,
Yeah.
but instead of impeding on it, it impedes your movement.
Yeah. Well, I tried.
Can I be boring and just use dexterity to dodge out of the way of things?
Skills.
Not
Acrobatics.
Do you have acrobatics proficiency?
I have acrobatics proficiency.
Then find a way to use acrobatics proficiency. How can you use it? Describe how Garrus would help the team and himself get over an obstacle with acrobatics.
start moving ahead, dodging out of the way of troublesome things, and getting them out of the way.
Okay, yeah, so it works perfect now that the animals are kind of coming across you, and then, you want to... Yeah, sure, go for it.
Dice gods.
I think, like, for the sake of the skill challenge, we are going to do without disadvantage, so we're just going to roll it straight. I think that's fine. Garrus, you help everybody move. They see you, like, stop when the larger deer coming, spurting past you, but then, all the smaller vermin just run across, and that is a pass. 2 for 1.
Okay, I have a plan. I would like to use Deception and Silent Image to create a duplicate
Absolutely.
of our group traveling off in a random direction.
And you have a D6.
And because I can do this at will every 6 seconds, I want to vanish it and create a second one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So just to create a generic...
Deception with a D6.
Yes.
Oh,
You are going to need a 6 on this. You see how, like, at first it doesn't give a shit. It just looks at you, and like you try, like you're feeling the fear just getting to you. You're like, ah! And then, like, just that instance before it's about to, like, smash you, it turns and smashes the illusions instead. Now everyone has done one, and now we can go back to if Sarah has another or.
Not yet. I'm still
Okay.
working on it. Or, I mean, I think I could. Let's see. It is gonna be a little bit similar, but if that's okay. But it's not the same skill.
Talk first.
Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking that survival. I'm gonna try to find the most crevices and nooks where it cannot get us.
Try to find another way. Like, say yes, it works, but think about it in a survival. Like, how would you find that specific pathway? Like, think of what we've already described, and what can you use to find this?
Yeah, let me think. You others do something.
Okay. Would it be possible to sort of, as we're running, I assume sometimes there's like small divots down or like there are rocks and we have to sort of get up and like help people get across those obstacles by like, there's a heavy log, you help pull people across.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'd like to use my athletics for that.
Yep.
And hopefully it's a better roll than last time.
I was going to say, I will allow you to turn large and have advantage on this.
Yeah, then I definitely would go large.
Go for it.
And roll again. Yeah.
Nice. That went from a fail to a pass. So, like, Navin is like, he starts helping Cohen and then realizes, why not just...
Yep.
And then just like picks Cohen up, tosses over, just... Nice.
Yep.
Well done. You are now 4 for 1.
Can I use investigation to keep eyes up for any potential monsters, signs of it, along the track that we're running along?
Investigation is not perception. Investigation is basically, touching with your hands, feeling very small surfaces, looking on a very, very small area.
Perception's a no-go. Yeah, that's...
I mean, so think about this. Like, how can you use investigation on a smaller area, on a very specific part, to elude this thing?
I guess I could investigate as we're running along at a very fast pace to try and find another path or some way to obscure our tracks, something of that sort.
Simple, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, I can roll?
Like, no, I was like, I want to hear what you're saying alternatively.
I could use persuasion to just try and keep the party's morale up and guide them away from whatever blows might come.
That I like.
All right,
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
So I was going to say, for the investigation, you could have been like, I want to investigate, this rock wall, if there is a safe way for us to climb up it. That would be such a way for you to, you have an obstacle. It could also be, I searched this for a place for us to hide in. That could also be a thing. But you notice how Cohen is kind of leaving his animal state and coming back into and getting scared and feeling like death behind him. But you talk everybody up, pushing onwards, getting forward, and we are 5 for 1. This is good. Come on, guys, one last.
Okay, I can try something.
Yep.
Go for it.
I would like to try to use my sleight of hand and try to fire a Eldritch Blast from like a bush or something, so it looks like somewhere else, kind of thing.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Damn it.
Unfortunately not.
Damn it, my brain is not working. Okay, yeah. Somebody else?
It's either you or Jay.
Yeah.
Please, Jay.
You're our only hope.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna.
I would like to.
Panic?
I would like to use nature to see if I can spot some, say like a thorn bush or something that looks like it would be very difficult to go through. To see if we could get my knowledge of knowing like this specific kind of plant has way less thorny
Absolutely.
branches lower down or in this specific area.
Roll it. If you fail, it's going to be everything on Sarah.
Oh my god. No.
Do I have inspiration or something? I don't think I do.
You might not have an inspiration. Then that is unfortunately a fail. So
Nice.
you, instead of helping, lead your team into the wrong place and the wrong area, and instead of impeding it, you end up in the thorn bushes. It's slow. You are moving, and Cohen, you can, in the thorn bushes, try to use survival to guide the team out of the thorn bushes to victory.
Okay, good. Yeah. I want to try to find like a way out.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna push forward and just.
Now is the time to give Cohen a D6.
Can we give a inspiration to Cohen?
Yeah, if you have stat points, you can use it.
I have a D8. I will give it to
that's
Cohen.
what you mean.
If
No,
I can.
you. What I mean is, if you have. Yeah, okay,
I have
that's
2
fine.
team
Go for it.
inspiration, so
Go for it.
it's fine. Let's say that at least.
That's that's a 20 because we're using
Oh,
the.
thank God.
So as this large aberration extends its hand down into the thorn bushes, Cohen gets in between the hands, and as it's closing, jumps out between the thumb and the pointer finger, the index finger, and then scatters out, clears a path between. You run out this thing, thinking it has Cohen, stops, takes it up, and the moment that it realizes it's not in there, you hear just the all the birds lift from the trees up into the sky, but you are all safe. Well done.
At least 20 minutes, we're saying.
Oh dang.
That was a medium aberration.
Yeah. But we're not out of the woods, right?
You're not out of the woods yet. No, unfortunately, this is such a bad place to be in. Unfortunately, we are going to have to pick up the cards again for the next day.
Oh fuck no. Okay. But I mean, it can't be any worse.
Don't say that.
Say that out loud.
Sarah, 1 to 10.
1.
Dark Lord.
Damn it.
You have!
Bryant.
-2.
Negative 2 would be 8.
The torture. No.
Innocent.
Ah,
That has to be good,
potentially
right?
good.
Yeah. girls that you need to like, no, you can't. You bastard.
How do we draw
Navin.
Dark Lord's
Oh, sorry. It would be Garrus, technically. You come to a river that you think you have crossed before. You can make me a survival.
Come on, come on.
You can do it.
High rolls, high rolls.
You
No, I
can
can't.
do it.
No, I can't.
You start following it. After a few hours, you realize this is not the same fucking river. Garrus, would you say something? Would you admit to your own faults and possibly, fuck with the morale, or would you keep going?
So, we may have a bit of a problem.
What do you mean?
I have no idea where we are right now.
What do you mean?
I mean that this river isn't leading where it should.
You said you recognized it.
I'm a little hazy on the details. But no, I don't.
Maybe this river goes somewhere else safe?
Somehow, I really doubt it. It might be best for us to double back, retrace our steps, and see if we can figure out where exactly I fucked this up.
Well, it's better now than later, I suppose. Alright, let's go back.
Okay. With that choice, you start moving back again, and now, Navin, you can roll me with advantage because Christoph is helping you. So, you make your way back. You have lost 6 hours.
Yep.
And night falls, but you are in the same spot where you started following the river. You make camp, and I need a perception from everyone as you are keeping watches. There will be double watches on watch 2 and 3, so those would have advantage. So that would be Cohen, and Cohen has advantage, and then it would be Navin that has advantage as well.
I have normal. But...
So that's
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, let's make.
It should be 13 for me, not 14, because I have exhaustion still, I guess.
Same here.
Okay. Yeah, you may now. Cohen hasn't taken the time to collect any herbs, so there is 0 uses on the healer's kit, meaning that you guys regain 1 hit point and 1 hit die, even though you haven't taken anything. And the exhaustion point isn't going to go away from this long rest because it is not a comfortable rest. You're out in the forest, no fire, it's cold, there's spirits. It's a very dangerous part of the world you're in at the moment. Morgan.
Yes.
1 to 10. 1 to 10.
Oh my god. 6.
6.
No. Yes. Yes. 6, I think.
Tempter.
That sounds not as bad as it could be.
Simon.
4.
1 to 9.
4.
At least you're happy when you die.
Healer.
Sorry.
Ooh.
Cohen. 1 to 8.
8.
That's the Dark Lord! No!
That is the Dark Lord.
Leave us alone, Dark Lord!
Oh, it just loves you. Okay, let me think.
This was a casino, we'd be rich, but now we're dying!
Yeah, you would.
Oh my god. But it does totally make sense. Kind of. It doesn't. I don't care.
Navin, you were during early morning on the 3rd day. Find a very freshly made game trail. You find, fresh stool and everything, and you are pretty certain that with this being season, right season, everything, that this animal is probably looking for a way out of the forest, as in it wants, open ground and everything, and a good source of water and food and everything that isn't, corrupted ground. However, there is a slimmer of doubt in your head, because you have heard, from that tale of a hunter that talked about, following this similar trail and was led astray for several days. You have a choice. Yep. You can either follow the trail and take a gamble, or you can go about your own way.
I'd probably sort of get Christoph over and show him the tracks and sort of mull it over. I think it's worth taking the risk.
He nods, and you start following the trail.
Your judgment.
As you do, after another 3 hours, doubt is starting to set in. The forest is dark, afternoon is setting in. You start to feel an incline. And as the incline continues, you move out of the width of the forest and get up to the edge of Wailing Woods.
Nice.
Standing 500 or so meters off, you see a beautiful elk standing on the rim as it kind of looks almost like it bows its head to you.
And
it runs off northward over the edge. I'm just 500 meters! And you guys have made it out of the Wailing Woods. Because it is afternoon, you would be there. You still are a bit uncertain of where you are, but you are out. And I will say that you will spend the next day and a half getting yourself back to the... no, it would be a day, and you would get to a road, and you would follow that road either north or south.
Post south.
Back to River Verge?
You don't know. The road is north or south from where you are, ish.
I mean, any dwelling, any civilization, I don't think just a tavern or somewhere to rest.
So if we just came out of the Wailing Woods from the west, River Verge would be south of us.
From the east,
yes, I was going to say, you mean east.
Ah, damn it. Well, we moved east to get out. We came from west.
Yeah.
Yes, but the thing is, you don't know where, you have absolutely jack shit idea. You could have gone north at this point.
Yep.
That is how long you spent inside the forest.
Is there any signs of anybody traveling?
Nope, not at this moment.
I take out a coin. I put it on my on top of my foot, and I look to Garrus and say, "Heads or tails?"
Tails.
And I shoot it away. If you're right, we go where you say. And I go and look what the result is. Hella brisk. Help us in our time of need.
Tails.
All right.
It says here.
Yeah. Okay. You start walking south.
Any houses? Anyone live here?
I just realized we left the innkeep without sleeping in our rooms again, didn't we?
Yes, you did. And you have the key still. You did pay him though for it, so
I can't imagine he'd be too happy about that. We might want to find another inn after dropping these.
You walk for what is the rest of the day, and you get to a small hamlet in an intersection where it's very clearly like road signed north, River Verge, southwest, Salets, east, Port Bryan. You would be able to spend yourselves 3 silver coins among the 6 of you to have a rest in the barn of a nice farmer. There would be food if you want to spend an additional 3 silver. Warm stew. Perfect.
Did we ever divvy up the 50 silver we got for the onyxes?
How much total for resting place and the food?
1 silver per person.
Brian, you still have Cohen's money after his drunken.
I do.
Yep.
I think you took them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my mistake, Owen.
Yeah, it's 81.
I don't
silver.
remember how much you got.
Yeah, it's 81 silver and
So good.
90 copper pieces.
I think it's just simply to give it back now.
Probably.
Would he?
Give it back to go and take. I mean, you do notice that 11 silver of it is missing at the moment. But
Okay, yeah. I don't care about that. I just.
sorry about that. I may or may not have forgotten.
Okay. And I think that we have a decision to make. Are we going back north or are we going somewhere else? Wolfgang would say that he is going to go to Salits and back home to Oldberg. Christoph is going to follow with him and separate. He would tell you to leave a message in well, he would tell you wherever you are going first, or wait for that. So when you have decided, he'll tell you to leave a message if you're heading out of the next town you are, so that he can go there and kind of pick up.
Wouldn't it make sense for us to send a message or a runner to the tavern he's gonna come back to? If he's taking his brother back, and then he'll come back to Salets, I guess, or
depends on where you're going.
Yeah,
That's the
we're
thing.
going. Yeah, if we're going to the same location, then. Yeah.
I think right now, time is of the essence to recover what tablets and their locations that we know. We know that there's likely one around Buttons. It's a long way from here, and our friend we could probably get there a lot faster than we can, but what are your thoughts? Should we try to race him for it?
Probably hard to race him for it, but maybe he can't get in, similar to when we met him the first time. Perhaps we have some time, but if he's already there, what could we possibly do to stop him?
Say please.
Stay in place.
Say
Say
please.
please.
Ah, well, your charm has not worked so far. I don't think that's going to change.
I have to agree on this one.
We need
Any
to,
other ideas about where we should go then?
I don't know. We need to maybe know more about him. Surely someone would know more about him, and maybe I don't know, maybe he has no weakness, but something. He is
All
a
of you
mystery.
absolutely know a place where you can get more information.
We do not know anything about him, and he knows all about us.
You mentioned he was headmaster of the college, Moken?
Oh yeah.
I believe he, if I can pull up my notes real quick, because I don't want to accidentally say something wrong, was a member of the... Wasn't a member, but he was banished by the cows. My notes
He
are
was
refusing to
the
open.
headmaster of the
Yes,
college
he-
on Lemeta.
He was, yes, he was the the headmaster of the Lementon College.
Perhaps we need to go there. If they have
If there
banished
are
him,
wizards there, there are also the possibility of them being able to teleport us.
that's also true. But if they know the power he has, maybe they can help us in how we. If he most likely did not receive the banishment with acceptance, but it still stands, right? Then surely they have the power to stop him.
It was a while ago, from what I understand.
Maybe just
Generally,
a
the
sword.
things that gets one kicked from Lamenta are those who are too dangerous to be allowed to stay. The darker arts tend to be stronger, which is part of why they're so dark.
But surely he would. Maybe he just got bored of being headmaster. Then I don't see why he would willingly give up the role if he had obtained it. He does not seem like a
He
man who would
didn't.
easily give something up.
He did not give up the role of headmaster. He was forcibly removed from the city of Lamenta. That is an exceedingly rare event.
But then they have the power to enforce that demand.
Whether that is true is debatable, depending on how much power he gained after he left.
The fact
True.
remains, they didn't kill him or put him down permanently. The best they could do was banish him. That in itself is worrying.
I suppose. I think we need to learn more about him. And what he can do and what he can't do.
Lamenta, then.
Mm.
We should stop in River Village. It's on the way anyway, and we can figure out more about what Briar was doing here.
There is a risk of going there, of course. Sommermeyer is still there, or if he's possessed his shadow.
I'll be more careful this time.
Well, he might find us
That would be
regardless.
No unnecessary lies this time.
I don't think there will be much talking if he sees us again. I don't know. Cohen, what's your say in this?
Sorry, Cohen, I led you out. Do you have any ideas or opinions?
No, it's sounds good.
So, for going to Lamenta, you are here at the moment. It would be about a 10-day track if you're taking the shortcuts. However, Mr. Morgan knows is that the Holinia woods are filled with fucking bandits, and this open space is a lot of fucking brigands and shit. The road isn't much safer, so in the end it doesn't really matter. However, the only way to get in and out of Lamenta is through the little port town up north of it, and there is a ferry that they ship you across.
20-kilometer lake.
Artificially made.
It is artificially made.
Garrus wouldn't happen to know how deep it is, would he?
Deep enough to have water. There's finally water close by.
I suppose you could roll me a what's it called? History.
History?
No, Garrus. He acts. Good that I can speak.
History check. History check. History check. History check. Here it is, history.
90. I will read you what is known about Lamenta. Lamenta is a free city. It is under no governance of nobody. It is ruled simply by the High College in Lamenta, by the wizards. Has a population of about 1,200. Everyone, including the children, are in one way or another a spellweaver. So even though it's a very low population, it is a force to be reckoned with. And it reads like this. Lamenta is the city that was founded on the artificial island. It is a safe haven for any and all spellweavers that for any reason need to seek refuge. Only in extreme circumstances revolving around necromancy has a spellweaver been forced to leave the islands or refused entry. It has been nearly 2 generations since the foundation of Lamenta, when only 230 spellweavers were gathered to create the city. Since there is still a strong suspiciousness towards spellweavers across Auber, the city has grown quickly, adding over 1,000 citizens since its foundation. With the strong stigma surrounding spellweavers, an entire city of them have been left to its own devices. The town is ruled by the Council, which is the gathering of 8 spellweavers. Each of the 8 specializes in a different fundamental arcane school. It is their task to oversee everything from the diplomatic relationships to who should be teaching the younger kids illusion magic or who stole the cherry pie yesterday. Whilst the city is created for spellweavers, not all who come there wish to continue their craft. Many have been hurt to the point of wishing to simply live a normal life without being haunted, which they are able to do in Lamenta. Those who do not wish to continue exercising magic have instead been allowed to grow food, create clothes, and construct buildings. Lamenta is turning into a functioning society. However, the Commonwealth does not easily forget treachery.
Out of curiosity, could we freeze the lake in 5-foot sections and gradually walk our way over?
Do you think that you can feasibly freeze 20 kilometers of water?
You're gonna make a raft?
Probably
Ice
not.
raft.
You keep asking the same thing. You can't use shape water to walk on water. This is like the fourth or fifth time this has come up.
Yes, that is a 3rd level spell, which you can learn. Or you can literally go and buy scrolls of water walking.
That actually might not be a horrible idea.
As a native, what would I recommend as the best
They
way
will
to
sap you
come?
if you water walk across.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're prepared for this sort of thing.
It's such a...
What would I say is the best way to get there? Because I would, reasonably speaking,
So,
have a way
how it works is that major towns have what is called teleportation circles in them. They are, for a price, able to sap you into existence somewhere else. Usually it is at the cost of between 2 and 5 Ethereum per person. So it is expensive, but you can instantly be transported between major cities. How the Lamentans have solved this is they actually have made it in the smaller, like, river town north of it. So you can't, unless you have, like, privileges, transport into Lamenta. But you can appear in the northern end of the city.
So, as a native, would I be able to bring them with me, or is it the sort of thing where you have?
It is like you don't know. Like, so what it does? It's like, imagine it's like public transportation. You go to the transportation circle in the town, in River Verge, for example. You pay the ferryman the money they require. You go in. They put in like the dial to wherever you want to go. They flip the switch, and you poof into existence on that part. If you don't want to go that, like, walking is the only way.
Yeah. We've walked this far. Might as well keep walking. It sounds like the other choice is brigands or robbers in the trees.
And your friends.
In trees we can hide at the very least. In the open, it's a lot harder.
It's a few days away anyway. Let's make our way to River Verge and see what comes.
Yep. I am going to assume that you will be spending the downtime focusing and practicing. Like, you can do this moving, but it will take longer.
Yeah.
So instead of it taking 4 days on travel, it will take 8. So you will lose those days, or you can take the 4 days in River Verge, practice your crafts, and then you will still have the ability to, hone your skill expertises or your skill proficiencies. You can, gather herbs and such on the way to Lamenta. There are a lot of other downtime activities, or you can use that to move if you feel that you are in a rush.
Yeah. River Verge sounds like a good stop to get our supplies, rations, get our wits about us.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So with that, then we will be leveling. Woo!
Yay!
7th session, 2 sessions late. 2 sessions late because you guys just had to go there. Yep. But it's okay. We'll start with Jay. Roll hit die.
We've already rolled.
Did you?
Yeah, we did that.
Yes,
you did.
We did.
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
That is why you've been so chunky. Yeah, because I thought that you was going to stay and not do the things. Yeah, so we are now level 4. Garrus, what are you going to choose?
Yeah. Do you mean like spells and such?
No, I mean, are you gonna choose a feat or ASI?
I'm thinking about the tough.
Nice, I like it. Morgan?
I am going to take the feat Keen Mind
Mm-hmm.
for perfect recall and a small bonus to intelligence.
Yep, and Navin?
Mobile. The feat.
Ooh, that is a good one. I really like that one.
Yeah.
And I know what you are picking, Mr. Cohen.
Yeah.
Cool. With that, we are, without a cliffhanger, going to end today's session.
Yay!
So we can be calm until next session. Well, it was a pleasure playing today, and I am glad that we've had all the views that we have had.
Yeah.
And I hope that you tune in back to normal day on Tuesday next week, still at the same time. It's 7 p.m. CEST. And remember that there are still a lot of other shows that are starting up and that are shown through the stream. You can find them all on Discord. And they're awesome. Come join us, talk with us, and see you next week.
Save us again next week.
See you later.
I mean, or you can just clip a long running video and just me reacting to all the shit.
I don't get any more power, but I do get some versatility, which I'm excited.
That's good.
Very
Alright,
nice.
so thank you everybody. We're not gonna do a raid. I didn't find anyone at the moment. So, but thank you everybody, and have a good week and weekend. Yeah. Bye.